Hello, good evening everybody. How's it going tonight? Turn this down just a little bit. There we go. Got it. Okay. Overlays down. There we go. Hello, how's it going? Wonderwitch, thank you for the follow, my fur and whiskers. It's nice to have you here. Hey kids, T-Bat! Hey everyone, how's it going? Looking forward to some garbage today? Good. Here's Homecoming.
Don't let me fall.
You know what? I feel like being nice to this game. I just finished Kingdom Hearts. And you know what? You know what? This game's bad, but like...
Silent Homecoming.
Good luck.
Yeah, there is 6 whole months? Goodness. Enjoy your new crown, and thank you so much for your support. Heck. Oh, this game is trash. But you know what? It's kind of trying to do something different. Sort of. It's still just trying to be Silent Hill 2 over again, right? It's got a lot of imagery from like famous horror movies of the time and things like that, which is okay. That's a Silent Hill thing to do. Oh heckly shit. It's got a theme.
It's time
Kind
to
of.
silent chill.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be much more chill than. Why is the display brightness like 0? Like, why is that the default? From the horror movies of the time were Saw. That's correct, yes. I missed so much, if not all, of your Kingdom Hearts 3 stream. Oh, that's okay. Oh, I enjoyed the lore very much. Oh god. I think I need to make some more clips of those streams because they wound up pretty good, I think. Is Lucky Buns lore? That's a great question. I'm Banui. It's me. Subtitles on. There we go. When is it okay to spoil the game? Hell yes. Yes. Yeah. This ain't no blind play. Prism, how's it going? Turned into a rabbit. You know what I keep thinking I want to do is like, we finished Kingdom Hearts 3 yesterday. It was fun. It was fun. Oh gosh, tragedy. I can't wait. I might. Doing alright? You done?
I vowed not to buy any more bits until we get to this. I've been so sleepy and tired for the 13 hours I've been awake. Now my blood is boiling, so forgive me if I go off some tangents around this game.
It's no worries, Steve. Love you too. I keep thinking that's supposed to be a spooky ghost on the screen there, but I think it's a lamp.
World's spookiest lampstand.
Yeah. Is this the one where you turn into Pyramid Head in one of the endings? Correct. Yeah, this game is so incredibly dumb. But I think it's my favorite of the post Silent Hill 4 ones, even if it is terrible. Adalo, thank you so much for the follow. My fur and whiskers. Hey Gruesel, how's it going? Yeen's immaculate, amazing. Silent Hill immediate follow. Oh, thank you. Gosh. This is like my favorite series ever. I heckin' love it. Oh god, it's the best. It's also the worst. Depending on the game. But them. Does this game also have unchanged stock sound effects? Not as bad as 4 and Origins do, but possibly. What is your least favorite Silent Hill game? Why is the casino armed bandit? The pachinko one's pretty blim, bad, but I feel like that's kind of cheating, right? My least favorite is either blim. I think Downpour is unfortunately just kind of boring, which is a bigger crime than being bad in my book. And I think Shattered Memories has some really gross shit in it, that just kind of like offends me as a person.
Silent Hill Homecoming is the most generic video game. It's the Sam Worthington of video games, and Call of Duty Black Ops have Sam Worthington himself as the protagonist. I don't mean Sam himself, but how Hollywood pushed such a boring dude with a boring name as an action movie star between 2008 and 2012. That's what Homecoming is like.
There's a lot of similarities between Homecoming and Alone in the Dark Inferno, isn't there? Oh yeah, that's part of it, Void Witch. The other one is that a lot of the like voice recordings, a lot of the quote-unquote lore are just recordings of people like dying. And there's one of them which is like a child drowning, and one of them is like a person autoerotically asphyxiating themselves to death, and it's just gross and bad, and not like scary bad, but just bad. Ugh. It's supposed to be shocking and bad. That's what is shocking and horrifying. That's fine. Wasn't there one for the DS? I don't believe so. There's one for the PSP, but I don't believe we ever got. Oh, and there's one for the Game Boy Color, which was Silent Hill visual novel. But you know, this game at least is trying to do the Silent Hill imagery, unlike like Downpour, which doesn't really have any of that going on. It's trying to have a theme, I think. It's interesting. It's also bad, but like, hey, let's talk about it. Let's analyze it. Off to a great start. The PSP game was some kind of weird dungeon crawler? No, that was the Vita one, which was called Book of Memories. The PSP one was called Origins, and was more of a Silent Hill 1 prequel / throwback. But that's a good point, there was a Vita one as well. This is almost as confusing as Kingdom Hearts? Not nearly. I understand everything that happens in Silent Hill, I think. Oh, the movie's really bad, yeah.
What is this place? Hey, where are you taking me?
The Sanctity. Yes.
Hey, wait.
Game, can you... You cannot just steal this bit from Jacob's Ladder. Well, you know, they did. And I'm actually strangely okay with it. Fern was explaining all the weird Kingdom Hearts lore to me yesterday. I guess it all makes sense in universe, but the explanations are trash. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in Kingdom Hearts that doesn't wind up making sense. And there's a lot of justification that I have for the way that Silent Hill works. That makes it nice and easy to understand. And the interesting thing about Silent Hill, which is much different than Kingdom Hearts, is that everything that happens in Silent Hills 2, 3, and 4 are based on mechanics that they introduce in Silent Hill 1. Because, like, in Silent Hill 2, Fear Effect. No, I haven't yet. I'll try to put that on the list. God, this game is pitch black. Okay. Dead Space 2 is really good, though. It's really good. So Silent Hill 2 is kind of based on the idea that the town it has its own, like, spiritual power, but characters like Maria and the fact that the town
Kingdom
can make
Hearts
its
3
own
might be
people.
convoluted to a fault. Sometimes the amount of new shit and twists stop being fun. The worst part is how it treats the women in the series. But I still prefer KH3 because Homecoming's genericness is so dull and drains so much energy. It comes full circle and makes me want to destroy every copy of Homecoming and go to Tokyo just to take a shit at the Konami CEO's garden around his mansion.
Yeah. Yeah, Homecoming's very bad. Homecoming's not good. I'm not about to defend this game. But, like, what I was getting at is, like, so Kingdom Hearts Silent Hill 2 is running with this idea that, like, the town's spiritual power can manifest people, like Maria, in order to, like, bring out the like, in order to sort of emphasize the darkness in people's hearts and things like that. So, like, what that's based off of is the character of Lisa Garland from the first game, which is a person that was created by Alessa's psychic powers, or Alessa's nightmares becoming real through her psychic powers. So, like, that's an established thing that exists. Even Silent Hill 4, where you're going into, like, Walter Sullivan's nightmares, is established in Silent Hill 1, because there's that scene in the antique shop where Harry Mason winds up going into Alessa's nightmare to talk with Lisa before being put back into before being brought back into reality again. Silent Hill's Maria ending kind of introduces full circle, but Downpour made it explicit. Yeah, kind of, yeah. The full circle thing is terrible and stupid. There's a couple endings to Silent Hill 2 which are, like, interesting. And, like, thematically appropriate for that game, but not as much for the series as a whole. It's very weird. Like, they kind of hint at that sort of thing. But, like, the idea that the town of Silent Hill is some sort of purgatory that people get trapped in is something that I hate. I don't like it at all. It's not scary or interesting enough. I hate it. So I guess for anybody who's new here, my general interpretation of the Silent Hill series is that everything that's happening in it is happening in the real world. There's no alternate dimensions. There's no people are seeing something different than each other. Everything that's happening is happening for real, and everybody who's seeing it is seeing it the way it's presented in the game. So that's the assumption that I work off of when it comes to this series. And it makes things a lot easier to understand, in my opinion. I don't know what the baby crying is doing, though. Tallulah, how are you? The patient proceeded to leap through the window and then ravage the adjacent room. The patient was not responsive to verbal commands. 3 staff members eventually subdued the patient. Pretty much only played the PSP game and not even to completion. Oh, goodness. We finished that one last week. I'm just kind of playing them in order. Unfortunately, you missed out on the 4 really good ones, and we're into like the bad ones now. Patient entered a catatonic state and stopped responding to outside stimuli. Restraints were unnecessary during the following week's electroshock therapy sessions. He makes full circles, which changes the story of all games, and the Easter eggs of which becomes a thing in Book of Memories a little bit more too. Gizzy thank you so much for the follow, my fur and whiskers. Nice to have you here. Enjoyed a bit of very confused work at Kingdom Hearts. Oh gosh. No worries. Yeah, that stream was time. Wander Witch, hello, how are you? Loving the subtlety of this intro. Oh yeah. You know, it's setting up a theme here. There's like a doll in the thing, cause it's a baby crying, cause Josh was a baby once? Is that what it's getting at? Is that where it's going? Taryn! Aw, heck. Taryn, how's it going? How much is the fish? How much is the fish? How much is the fish? Taryn, how much is the fish? It's delightful to see you all today. Welcome on in, Raiders. Oh, heck. Terrence Foxberg and Grim Reaper 83, thank you so much for the follows. How much, Lucky, do you know? I don't know. I don't know. Can I trade 4 coconuts for a Fimsh? Does that sound fair?
You know what?
Phoenix,
while I come off as overly mean, and I admit I will still be mean, Homecoming could have made better use of going through Silent Hill as a soldier with PTSD similar to Spec Ops: The Line's horrific imagery.
Could have, yeah. You have a deal? Alright. Nailed it. Pop Scare coming up in just a second, by the way, so if you don't like those, then just be aware there's gonna be a little body hanging from the ceiling right about here. It's kind of cute, though. I mean, it's got some fun ragdoll physics, so you can kind of like run into it a little and like jiggle them hands around, so that's good. A little hop scare. So just letting you know. Snowflake Tabby, thank you so much for the follow, my fur and whiskers. Aww. So like, I don't know, so if you're expecting a like, a screamy horror playthrough of a game, that's not what this is. I'm doing kind of a relaxed hangout and talk about Silent Hill lore stream, because this is one of my favorite series ever, and I love talking about it, so I figure we'd just hang out and do that, you know. Wasn't there one of the Silent Hill games that customized some of the monsters depending on how you acted during the game? That's correct. That's Shattered Memories, the one that came out on the Wii, the PSP, and the PS2. Not really breezing. I don't know. I don't really get scared that much, to be honest. Shatmem does. Unfortunately, Shatmem also only has one monster, and there's only like 4 different ways for it to appear. So like, how do you rate Downpour? Downpour might be one of my least favorites in the series. It's either like Downpour, Origins, or the House of the Dead style first-person shooter arcade game. Like, one of those is my least favorite. Downpour for me was, like, my big problem with it is mostly that it's kind of boring, and that, like, it also has, like, the worst enemy design ever. They just look like condemned, like, monsters from the Suffering. and a lot of its scares are taken from Condemned Criminal Origins. But like, I don't know. I do like the open world town, and I kind of like the color palette. I think those are good. So hey, check this out. This is the introduction of a theme that this game has. This game's got a theme. It does. I promise. It's got themes in it. This is the theme of duality. There's, so like, we've got this X-ray, and there's two halves of it as part of this puzzle. And the idea of being in two halves is going to be a running theme in this game, because there's like, there's a monster called Schism, which is like split down the middle into two halves, and like this puzzle also involves there being like two halves, and later on there's going to be a puzzle with a body that's cut in two halves. So that's like a thing here, and I think it's supposed to be about how the town is.
Book reports.
Oh God, kind of rocky. Oh, Taran, thank you. Somebody is gonna. Well, somebody already got chopped by a pyramid head. In the intro while we were struggling on the gurney there. 624872. 624872. 6872. 62487. There we go. Also, you make your coffee with half and half. I do. I do. So what I think they're getting at with the two halves thing is, maybe it's that the town has two halves because there's the real world and then the other world, according to this game, and not any of the other ones. Blim. Which is dumb, but it's fine. Oh my God, this kid's drawing sucks. Blem. What a terrible ref sheet.
Josh, stop.
Look, they're kids. They don't have feelings. It's fine. Oh man, I love how your character just pops out of existence when you do this. Hey, check it out. Look, a video game with a mirror in it. Look, it's a functioning mirror. Man, not even the Resident Evil 8 demo could do that. Right? Right, Dunga? You call this art? This doesn't even come close to art. This is trash. This art is fucking raw! Alright, so coming up here is
Hey, Josh, come back. Let me give you some art advice. First point, don't suck so bad.
Yes. Is this the worst Silent Hill game? I don't know if I'd say worst, but it's definitely one of the bad ones. Pretty much, here's a rule of thumb for you. If a Silent Hill game has a number in the title, or is just called Silent Hill, it's usually pretty good. And if it has a subtitle, it's usually bad. Alright, so this scene right here, this little CG cutscene we're going to get to, is actually the reason the developers of this game got the contract from Konami in order to make this game. They showed this scene as like a proof of concept to Konami, and Konami was like, you're hired. Oh, the magical girl costume is in Silent Hill 3, and that's like Heather's sexy beam outfit and everything. I love it. I think it's great. What about the most buggiest? This one might be the most buggiest then. Yeah. The speedrun of the PC version of this game is amazing. It's like 40 minutes long. It's got a bunch of like clipping through the walls using guns. It's great. It's so good. I love it. Ah. Yeah, fortunately that costume you can only get on like your second playthrough or whatever, so it's like not that big of a deal. Mitte, thank you so much for the follow, my fur and whiskers.
Bold and brash, more like belongs in the trash.
Oh, tragedy. So this is a neat effect. This is fine. This is cool. It's just the otherworld transition from the movie. And then it's got the nurses from the movie also. This is like Silent Hill the movie, the game. L2 to target. Okay. The knives are very fast in this game. They're very fast. It looked pretty impressive at the time. Yeah. Yeah. Hello, nurse! So wait, it's got a coal fire at last? This game, I can confirm, does indeed have a coal fire burning underneath the town. You can actually see some of the smoke from it coming out of the grates right here. This game has a coal fire burning underneath the town, which doesn't exist in any of the games. Yes. Finally. There you go. Y'all happy now? Why? Because the developers of this game learned everything they know about Silent Hill from watching the movie. So, there we go. Oh, is this where the coal fire burning jokes are from? They're from the movie. Like, the movie has a coal fire burning underneath the town. But, like, yeah. Ugh. Symbolizes how the protagonist smokes drugs. That's why he deserves to be in Silent Hill Purgatory.
This warms my heart.
Oh, God.
Warms it like the forever burning coal fire under Silent Hill warms the town.
Claire! Y'all torture me so bad. So if y'all want to know, like... Oh, it was a wheelchair. Isn't the coal fire burning IRL? There is a town called Centralia, Pennsylvania, which does have a coal fire burning underneath it. However, Centralia, Pennsylvania was the inspiration for the town of Silent Hill in the movie of Silent Hill. However, none of the original 4 games were inspired by Centralia, Pennsylvania, nor did the developers know about it. There is no coal fire underneath Silent Hill. Silent Hill does have a coal mine, which went dry around the 1880s, 1890s or so, and led to an economic downturn that caused the town to turn to tourism as its main source of economic input. It's not on fire.
I don't like the transition because it's so in your face. The PS2 ones are a lot more subtle. Too much visual effects and still looking boring as heck. Just every generic action shooter in the PS3 era full of generic white American men with no personality on the front cover.
Yep. Turns out a game that used Kindergarten Cop as our
But can
reference
he
did not
really
know
be
Centralia,
considered a
Pennsylvania.
Silent Hill
Precisely.
protagonist if he can't beat down monsters with a filing cabinet?
I mean, can you? Oh, it's that Silent Hill. Hi, Jim. How are you? It is, it's time to come home. It's homecoming. Oh, man. I pre-ordered this game. It came with a soundtrack CD. Was very excited. This is the first Silent Hill game I played after 4, and I was like, oh boy, I sure do love me some Silent Hill games. Oh gosh. By the way, Jim, I love your hair. Holy heck. This red is a fantastic color for you. Gra.
Ah, coming to this stream feels like coming home.
Welcome home, Gra. So yes, that's correct, Tragedy. So one thing that I do want to point out about this game that, like, where I feel like they went wrong with it, is that there's some things about this game that I actually quite like. I like that they're trying to go for the look of a Silent Hill game a little bit, like at least more than at least more than like Downpour is. They're trying to do the rust and the grates and everything from Silent Hill 1 again, which is, you know, it's fine. It's cute. I kind of like the transition animations because every Silent Hill game has a little bit of a different way of transitioning into the nightmare. Like Silent Hill 1 has a fade to black because it's more like falling asleep and then waking up in the nightmare. Silent Hill 2 has a more gradual and very subtle way of like transitioning into the nightmare world where you can't really tell the difference between the nightmare and reality. Silent Hill 3 has the nightmare when you're outside of the town, accompanied by a lot of pain and usually the presence of blood, and Heather is like clutching her head, and it's like the nightmare is being birthed out of Heather and into the real world, which it is. And then Silent Hill 4 has some very obvious imagery where you are being born into the nightmare by traveling through a hole, and then being like deposited into the nightmare. If the Silent Hill 4 The Room is actually Silent Hill 4 The Womb, then it makes sense for you to travel through a hole and get out of it. So
I'm here.
thematically
Also, Bun Play Mary Gear Solid 2 Plaza. Less than 3.
I'll work at it, Pidge. Heck, thank you so much for the resub. 16 months, goodness. Welcome back, goodness. There's a lot of essays on how Heather is trans, and Silent Hill 3 is Heather's dysphoria. I could see that. There's a lot of interesting queer writing that you could do about it.
Downright offensive. Speaking of CD soundtracks, the cover of the Silent Hill 4 OST is like a Japanese depiction of hell, which is so provocative, but the Western developers and producers think being cool and badass is more appealing.
Yeah, a little bit. It's I'll keep losing my train of thought. So like, Void Witch. There is a lot of queer writing you can do about Silent Hill 3, which is why it's one of my favorites, and I think it's super interesting. Personally, I really like the idea that Heather is ace, but you could definitely give her either a trans reading if you wanted to, or you could read her as coming to terms with being a lesbian, or you could just read her as being like coming into terms with being a teenager, which I think is a lot of the writing about that game interprets her that way. And I don't think there's any necessarily correct one of these. I think they're all interesting. And super valid. But one of the things that this game does, I do kind of like the nightmare transition because it's doing its own thing, and I'm okay with that because every Silent Hill game does something different with the transition. So every Silent Hill game is allowed to do that. That's okay. But one of the things that I don't like is that this is just a dead body. There's just a dead body laying on this couch. And in Silent Hill, anytime you had a dead body, usually they either obscure the face of it, like in Silent Hill 2 with the person sitting there watching TV, or you do something like Silent Hill 1 or 3, where you have something that is identifiably human-shaped, but not a body. So you have like those burlap sacks that are people-shaped and dripping, or you have like weird fleshy silhouettes, or, you know, things like that, which are horrifying imagery, but not just have a corpse laying there, right? Because like just a corpse isn't scary. Like blood and gore and just dead bodies isn't scary by itself. You gotta put the work in, you know? Hey, Bryn. Yes, we finished up Kingdom Hearts last night, and it was great. It was very good. Pretty clear that Heather says some severe and in her case justified insecurities with regards to sex and pregnancy. Yes, and I think you could read that in a couple different ways. This was developed in Eastern Europe. Their version of horror is different from Japan's. Yes, that's true. This door is actually very good, I think. This is alright. This is some of that imagery I was talking about. Like, it's not identifiable as anything necessarily, but it's definitely got some fucking teeth in it and some flesh, and it's alright. It's a thing I don't want to walk through, you know? Like, so that's actually pretty okay. The vines are a little Deadly Premonition-y, but, you know, they're alright. They're okay. Like, I'm gonna give this game props when it deserves it. The enemy designs in this game are okay too. They're alright. The movie nurses are kind of dumb, but other than that, there's some good ones. I do like the Sisms. I think they're fun. Dorvor. If you walk through the teeth door, does that mean you have been vored? I'm gonna say no, and follow me on this. Going through a mouth does not make it vor. Being consumed makes it vor. If we're just going through the mouth into another room, we haven't gone inside of anything, and therefore we have not been consumed. So, I don't think so. That would be my definition, at least. It is certainly possible to give it a different... yeah. It's my vor lore. Yeah. Unless you do want to go with, like, we are being consumed by the room itself, which is certainly possible, and is something that I would argue that Silent Hill 4 does, right? Alright, I'm gonna turn this brightness, like, all the way up. So I can kind of see a little bit. A little bit. Okay. Bendem. Neither side is part of the same body as the door. Right. Okay, so here's another, like, half a body over here. Which is going along with that theme of, like, dualities in this game, like, or halves. These things are kind of dumb and also from the movie, right? They're creepy. They're similar to the, there's bugs in, what, Silent Hill 2 also has buggies. They're not quite like this, but, you know. Hi, Nave, how you doing? Oh, thank you, Dello. Heck. Silent Hill 4 also has buggies, that's true. Oh, they're like bat buggies. One thing that kind of removes a little bit of the horror of the game, though, and I think this is the first game to do it, but it gives you little tooltips, and, like, there's loading screen things that tell you the names of the monsters. And that's weird. That's something that I don't think any of these games have done. Because, like, Pyramid Head has a name because James calls it that weird pyramid, that red pyramid thing. And then later on, it's called Pyramid Head in a description on one of the items you pick up, I think. But, like, other than that, we've never really gotten the names of any of the creatures in the games. And I think that that's kind of important. We also don't really get introduction cutscenes to monsters. So, like, when you show up in a room in Silent Hill 2 and the mannequin, like, attacks you for the first time, Like, that scene is great, but, like, we don't get a cutscene where the mannequin's standing up and, like, introducing itself. In this one, they've already done that with the nurses and these buggos. Like, they've both gotten their own introduction cutscenes, and also they said, press circle to remove swarm, and swarm was capitalized. So now we have a name for these buggo things. I'm not going to call them that, but, like, you know, they're called swarm. And it's a weird change. And I'm not sure I like it. You know? Yeah. Like, it's a little more mysterious if it's just a thing that exists in a room, you know? What was Vita? Vita was, Book of Memories. You treating it like an action game? Yeah, a little bit. Did Dead Space also do, like, enemy introductions like that? I'm not sure. Almost like the creatures in the horror story are meant to be unknowable, and giving them a clear name in the text makes it too grounded and thus not scary. A little bit, yeah. At least in my opinion. An exception to this was, like, Pyramid Head has a bunch of cutscenes to introduce him, but also the first time he shows up doesn't have one, because he's just standing on the other side of a fence, right? And I think that's interesting, because they're using it for dramatic effect, right? Dead Space had little in-game set pieces like the Explodababies. Right. But they were usually playable, right? More than, like, taking control away from you for that. Which I think is good. If you give me... Yeah, okay. I agree with you, Dragon. And you know what I think? Okay, here's the thing. When you take control away from the player in order to introduce the monster, that makes it less scary, because I know that during a cutscene, the game is not going to do anything to, like, harm me in a more permanent manner. If I'm playing it, I can lose to this thing, it can drain all my health, I can die. But, like, game mechanics don't apply to cutscenes. So once the game takes control away from me, I actually know that I'm safe. So when it's introducing this creature, I'm not gonna be hurt by it, right? Which is weird. The lying figure does have an intro cutscene, although that is also the intro cutscene for the plank of wood, so...
I feel like there should be a joke about subs and, like, loss of control here, but I can't quite put my finger on it.
Aww. Unless there's an awful QTE. Yeah. And QTEs are just a tool of game design. They can be good or bad. Like, I would argue, I think the Resident Evil 4 ones are actually pretty good for the most part. Like, they allow you to still have that fear during the cutscene. Oh my gosh!
I argue Homecoming's introduction as Pyramid Head is shit and the game does nothing with it. The way it was introduced in Silent Hill 2 is fucked and it can kill you.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Hello, Raiders. How's it going? Leave the skeleton alone. Thank you so much for popping in here. How's it going?
Amazing name.
Yeah, very good. What were you playing today? Heck. Oh my gosh. I'm enjoying some, some Silent Hill Homecoming. Welcome on in. Bless you. Oh gosh, I'm Bun, or Lucky, or Paige, whichever you prefer. Heckin' I do, bless you, some cozy horror game streams, some lore analysis, that kind of stuff. And we're doing both tonight. My god, what were they doing here? Bless you.
Oh, that's the fourth one.
Black Mesa? Oh, I heard that was pretty good. Homecoming, a remake of one of the older ones too. Oh, that's Shattered Memories is like a reimagining of the first one. Homecoming is the first one that came out on like the PS3 360 generation, and is not related to any of the other ones. Bless you, bleeding that ye. Bless you. Oh my god. Thank you for the follow, skeleton. Heck. Unless that expending resources for a horror game feels weird. Unless that knife is breakable. The knife is not breakable, and it's also completely unbalanced. So like, it's very fast, and you can definitely just hit stun the hell out of things. It's very good. Homecoming King or whatever. Oh god. So here we see another like half of a body. I think this is the half of the body that was like desiccated during, or bifurcated during the intro cutscene. And so we get another one of these like themes of things being in halves, or being in two parts. It's a theme of duality. This game, I don't think really does anything with that theme, but it has it, kinda. Homecoming, the one with the undead vulture? I don't think so. The one person who tears the half of the body with the head gets good luck for a year, right? That's correct. You each grab a leg and just pull.
With high schoolers in this game. What is this shit? False advertising.
So you're saying this game's a two-parter then? It might be. It might be. So this half of the body is the one with the head, so this is the good luck side. But also, if you look close, that's our main character's dad. We don't know that yet, because we haven't seen him yet. But like, that's him. He looks like John Locke from Lost. Yeah. Take that key. There we go. Half dad. Correct. Even if the ribs and spine on display with the half body remains. And we solved a puzzle earlier that involved finding two halves of a rib cage X-ray. So there we go. Oh, Spider-Man Homecoming. Oh, gotcha. I never watched that one. Sorry. I don't think that's how genetics works. No.
What's the most tragic thing about Silent Hill Homecoming is how Double Helix made a double whammy comeback with Killer Instinct and Strider in the early days of the now last gen consoles, but Amazon bought the studio up and did nothing with them.
Yeah, I played Strider. It was pretty good, and that Killer Instinct is great. Bodies remain in a discrete chunk, and skeletons retain their shape long after all the ligaments have rotted off. Yes, exactly.
Did somebody say skeletons?
Skeletons. Skeletons. He was wearing a mask, though. That is responsible. Yeah, I appreciate that. Wait, Amazon has a gaming division? They do, and in fact, they released a Battle Royale game, what, like 6 months ago or so? Tried to make that a big deal. Oh boy. Setting electric shock machines beyond the seizure threshold has yielded impressive results in the patients. I'll bet.
I mean, death does fix things.
I guess.
They aren't whatever's wrong with them anymore because they're dead.
They are dead. I thought that was the thing on the ground there. Okay, so like, I do want to complain about the controls of this game too.
Busy. toy.
Oh, look, dialogue options. You think those are gonna, like, play a major part in the game? Do you think that they're gonna, like, maybe change the ending a little bit? Kind of thing? No, not really. Why would I press square? Why would I ever? Isn't Are You Afraid something that Angela says in Silent Hill 2? When she's like holding the knife in that room and she's like, "Are you afraid?"
How did you get here?
Someone brought me here.
It's a weird line.
They told me Robbie was here. They lied.
It's a callback, which is almost as good as writing. It might not even be a callback. It might have just been an accident. I'm not sure. I don't know why they would make a callback to that. I don't think I can help you.
I'm sorry. I don't have any toys for you.
There
Find
we go.
Robbie. I want my toy back. I want my toy back.
Okay. Where's the last place you saw him?
In my room.
Okay. I'll go see if I can find him.
Konami lost those. They did. Ugh. Josh, I know you really want your Robbie the Rabbit back, but instead, maybe you could check out twitch.tv/lucky_bun. It's not
Josh,
your rabbit,
we
but
need
just
to
as
talk about
good.
your shit art skill. Don't ignore me. I'll have you know I've been on numerous guerrilla missions.
This has become a fetch quest? Yeah. So, I clapped when I saw the thing I recognized. Yay! Room 205. Patient went missing. Last seen in the other room after a confrontation with another. Okay. Cold fire. Oh god. So there's a couple things I want to point out. Oh gosh, where to start with this game? Okay, one, I hate that when you stand still, the camera does this like
Artifacting?
this like drunk like wobble back and forth.
Oh, you're not doing that?
I'm not touching a thing.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah. It sucks. I hate it. I'm okay with the
Awful.
yeah. I'm pretty okay with the film grain. That's all right for me. Silent Hill lives and dies by its film grain. I squish because I can. Oh no, I'm squish.
I'll squish you.
I'm
Just like the rest of the industry, Amazon Games harbors toxic bro culture. What if I go tell some of the people in charge of straight white men are the boring protagonists ever and that Assassin's Creed actually sucks and its story is a million times worse than Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah. Also, L1 opens up your inventory. You have to like hold it down, and then R1 opens up your weapons menu. Why isn't that? And then start opens up this menu, but select doesn't do anything. Why doesn't that make select your weapons menu? I don't know. And then triangle opens up your objectives and your map, which is nice. Kinda. There we go. So many menus. Too many menus. What's with all these menus? There we go. Nah, Fox, how's it going? And then it's hold L2 to ready, and then R2 doesn't really do anything unless you're aiming, right? It's weird. It's a weird design scheme. I don't like it very much. Oh, that's good to hear. You get all that good social energy. Good. Smoking the weed drugs that the town is punishing the protagonist for. Oh, of course. Gosh, okay, what else? What's the other thing I wanted to talk about? Oh, right, okay. The conversation that he just had with Josh, right?
Squish, 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 squish.
Perfect. Thank you, Coalfire. Gosh. Okay. So that conversation that we had with Josh was supposed to be like strange and abrasive, right? It's supposed to be uncomfortable and like weird. But the thing is that making your conversations with other people abrasive and uncomfortable worked in Silent Hill 2 so well because that game was about the pain and uncomfortability of people being in proximity and like social interaction that does harm. This game is not. So it's weird that every conversation that Alex here has with other people is like strange and abrasive and everybody's like acting like a weirdo. It doesn't make sense for that to happen. Yeah. Yeah. Like a little bit because they're surprised he's out of the hospital, but at the same time, like it's just very weird. This scene also I'm not as big of a fan of as when you stick your hand in the hole in Silent Hill 2.
You stick your hand in the what?
In the hole. Because in Silent Hill 2, when it's done, it's in a very green room. But the wall itself is red. Or the lighting in the room is red. So when you walk over to the hole, your flashlight is only pointing towards the hole, which is this game just an homage to Silent Hill 2? Every single Western developed game is just Silent Hill 2 again. Shattered Memories, Downpour, Homecoming, Origins, they're all just Silent Hill 2 again. Your main character has forgotten a person who died, and they either don't or refuse to remember that it happened, and they get through their trauma by going through the town of Silent Hill, which is punishing them for the sin of forgetting whatever it was. It's just Silent Hill 2 again. They only played Silent Hill 2. Or they only liked Silent Hill 2 for the most part. It's very weird. But that scene works because there's like a color grade difference when you walk into the room and it's green, and then when you reach into the hole it turns red because your flashlight's not pointing at the walls anymore. It's a really, really cool contrast, and it works really well. In this game, everything is just red and brown. It's just brown and red all the time, so there's no interesting color contrast here. It is weird reaching into a mirror, which is an interesting thing, but like for the most part, this doesn't have nearly the same effect. Also, they turn it into a QTE for some reason, which is bizarre. So now you have to... I'm not going to tap this. I'm just going to die. But like, you gotta tap circle in order to not have your arm get eaten, I guess?
So the fact that the hole has like a crack extending above it, you just stuck your hand into a vagina dentata.
Yes.
That's what you just did.
Yes.
Just
Why do Silent Hill 2 again when Konami and the Western devs should just remake Silent Hill 2 with faithful mechanics, camera, action, etc., or give Silent Hill 2 itself a good HD remaster and have it ported to PC, PS4, and Switch?
Yeah. Ewo!
Rabbit.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Ewo. Thank you so much for the resub. Enjoy your new crown. And welcome back to the Court of Hearts, Your Majesty. I don't know what pressing circle does there, actually. Like, I don't know what the difference is that, that Alex didn't get his arm eaten there because I tapped circle. Like, I don't know what he did differently. But apparently it worked. So that's good. He tapped circle and didn't die. Well, yeah, correct. Yeah, of course. It ended the cutscene? Yeah. That makes sense. Okay, back to the avatar. I was confused last night. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm usually VTubing, but like, sometimes I like to dress up. It's fun.
Cœur.
Yeah. What? What is French for less than 3?
Dude.
Huh.
Neat.
Yeah. Huh. Oh, it said heart. Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, that's cute. Oh, gosh. Oh, thank you, Blurst. So Dunkachino, Konami actually didn't close down their gaming divisions. What they did was consolidate them. So they closed down the 3 gaming divisions they had, and then took all those employees and consolidated them into a new division. So it was more like just shuffling people around than closing anything. Yeah. I think people blew it a little out of proportion. So don't worry, they're still going to be working on Pro Evolution Soccer 2021 and also maybe a Yu-Gi-Oh game? Probably. So there you go. Don't worry. Yeah, they make the Yu-Gi-Oh games. Yeah. So don't worry. Still got those. It's fine.
I want Robbie.
What is this?
This is yours, you remember?
I want Robbie. What is this?
Come on. Where are you going?
Get your own buddy. This one's mine.
Josh! Josh, come back! Where are you going?
There he goes. Aw, bless. It's nice to have you here. No, I wanted the one at the store! I hate you, Dan! Aww.
They wouldn't stop making that Yu-Gi-Oh! Lucky Bun pun.
Correct. You have Robbie at home.
Bun, what sounds do bunnies make?
Blim. I got a child's drawing. Still looks like shit. This kid's thing's drowning out here. Blim. Quiltaz. Aww. I will accept your 3,000 tarts and I will consider that your quill tax. But I do not see an art degree in this kid's future. Fucking learn perspective, you chud! Hexadrillion! If you learn an instrument, I would recommend the saxadrillion. I'd never promise these puns are good. Sound metal scraping. I like how he just stands in the middle of the elevator. Oh my god, what if it's Pyramid Head from Silent Hill? Oh, got him in the neck. Hey look, it's Travis Grady from the hit game Silent Hill Origins. Pyramid Head just wanted to stab his necky wecky. Ooh, woo. Oh. Hello, Travis from other game. So the whole game so far was a dream this whole time. That's correct, yes. Otter Sparks! Oh heck! Thank you so much for the raid! Welcome in! Hello from the Otter Slide! Hello raiders, how's it going today? Otter, what were you playing? Ah, Soul Titan, thank you for the follow, my fur and whiskers. It's great to see you all. Welcome on in. We're playing some heckum Silent Hills over here. Resident Evil 7. Oh, nice! Trying to catch up before 8 comes out.
Hometown?
7's really good. Like, really good.
Good luck,
Oh my
soldier.
gosh.
Thanks.
This feels like it's trying. It's trying so desperately.
Thanks for the ride.
Saw some RE8 stuff online this week and needed to contain the height. Oh, for sure. I played the demo. It's really good. 7 is fun. I feel like it could have been named something else. That's fair. I kind of like what they're doing with. So here's my idea. I think what's gonna happen is that Konami's gonna be doing 2 different like Resident Evil series, right? Because they've got the remake ones, which are like third person and a little more classic Resident Evil style. And then they've got the numbered ones, which are coming out, like Biohazard and Village, which are more first person, kind of that sort of horror. Capcom, what did I say? I thought I said Capcom. I might be wrong. I might have said Konami. But I think Capcom. Capcom is going to do this. So I think what they're going to do is, once they run out of ones to like remake, they're going to start making new ones in that series where they're like doing like RE2 and RE3 make style third person games that are new ones. And then they're going to keep doing the numbered series, like 9 and 10 are going to be first person ones again. Which I'm super cool with. I'm good with that. I like it. It lets them do like weird and different things while also like catering to the classic like horror roots that they've got. So I like both, and I would be happy to have both. So Travis is military veteran who returned from tours in the Middle East looking for his missing younger brother. Alex is. Travis was the guy who drove it in the truck. Yeah. I don't mind. I wish the guns felt more impactful in 7 though. I agree with that, yeah. I think they should feel a little more like they did in like Last of Us. Where they're just like kapah, you know? They should be slower and hit harder, for sure. And you should have less ammo for them. Wish we got the alpha of RE4 because that shit was spooky. Yeah! With like the hook man and whatever. That was pretty neat. But yeah, welcome on into Silent Hill. Heck, I do some like really relaxed horror games streams, so don't expect any like big reactions. I'm mostly just kind of cozy doing this. But I also do like lore analysis stuff, so do feel free to ask me any questions about the Silent Hill series you've got, and I'll do my best to answer them to the best of my abilities. Sorry if my frame rate's dropping a little. I think I dropped a couple frames there. Anyway, they've been talking about how the RE4 remake, they overhauled like maybe half of it at least. And I'm interested to know what they do with that, because I don't think 4 needed a remake. But if they're doing something different with it, I might be more interested. The more different it is, the more interested I might be, to be honest. So multiplayer for the third-person ones. They made the player model small. Oh, that's weird. Oh, yeah, for sure. Is this fog or is this ash from the never-ending coal fires underneath the town? So tragedy. We are currently in Shepherd's Glen, which is not Silent Hill. I want to clarify for everybody who's new here that the town of Silent Hill does not have a coal fire burning underneath it that was made exclusively for the movie. And it's not a thing that has ever been in the games.
Woot woot, here we go again.
Fen, thank you for 5 months, Your Majesty. Welcome back to the Court of Hearts. Heck. So I just want to clarify that. This game is partially based on the movie, and it coincided its release with the film, which is why it also has a coal fire in it for the first time in the game series. It is incredibly dumb. Well, it's not a thing in the game. It's true, the town of Silent Hill is based on IRL. The movie was based on the town of Centralia, Pennsylvania. The games have never been. The games were actually originally based on still images from the film Kindergarten Cop, which is way more weird and interesting. There is a town that has burning coal fire. It is Centralia, Pennsylvania. It is the basis of the movie, not the games. Oh, heck. Thank you, Skeleton. Wait, what? Yes. The first... So the first Silent Hill game was made on a budget, right? There's a bunch of Japanese developers. They got them in a room, and Konami said, we want you to make a Resident Evil game because those things sell like hotcakes. They didn't have enough money to go to the US or collect photographs or do any research, but they wanted to set it in an American town. So what they did instead was they watched the movie Kindergarten Cop and then just stole textures from it. Who is your daddy and what does he do? And then put them in the game. You can see that the school of Midwich Elementary is almost exactly designed to look like the school from Kindergarten Cop. It's very strange. It's very funny. I love it. The town of Silent Hill does have a coal mine underneath it. However, that coal mine ran dry and has no more coal in it as of like 1880 or 1890 something.
There is no coal to burn.
Precisely. So there is no coal fire underneath the town of Silent Hill. That said, the movie Silent Hill is based on the town of Centralia, Pennsylvania in the US. It does have a coal fire burning underneath it, and therefore this game also has a coal fire burning underneath the town of Silent Hill. However, the fog we see here is not actually ash because we are not in Silent Hill yet. We are in the town of Shepherd's Glen, so this is actually just fog, to answer your question.
What killed the residents of Silent Hill? It wasn't a coal fire. It was the Ice Age.
Oh, the Ice Age. Patrick J. Duty and Chris Valenziano? Claire, who are these people? Who are they?
What happened to this place?
Alex?
Duty?
Judge Holloway. Hey.
Know you were home? Does your mother know?
The writers of Silent Hill Homecoming? Oh god.
No,
You know
I
what?
talked to her.
They tried their
Haven't talked
best.
to anyone.
They really did their best.
I'm not planning on sticking around.
They really wanted to make Silent Hill 2 again. They tried.
I hope you get a chance to catch up with Elle. I'm sure she'd love to see you.
They did their best.
She's still here?
They wrote such gripping dialogue as
You know how it is. No one ever leaves.
bitch. Which is my favorite line from Alex in this game.
This town's so quiet.
Alex Shepard? Alex Shepard, that's it. I like the time when he says bitch.
Not for the
very
better,
good.
I'm afraid. You should go home. See your mother.
Alex protagonist.
Perhaps I'll see you later.
Did you nearly say Alex Mercer? I almost said Alex Mercer. Isn't that the protagonist of Prototype? Is that who I'm getting him confused with? Dolo, great question. A lot of Alexes this generation, right? They're both very generic white guys in games with a lot of meat in them. Dolo, I think the Silent Hills thing that Kojima was working on would have been a very good game. Because I don't think... Like, I think Metal Gear Solid 5 is the closest thing that Kojima's ever made to a bad game, right? It would have been a terrific game. Whether or not it would have been a good Silent Hill game, I'm not convinced. Because I don't think that Guillermo del Toro or Junji Ito or Hideo Kojima actually know very much about Silent Hill or what makes it good. Thubin, oh my goodness gracious, thank you for the subscription. Heck, welcome to the Court of Hearts, Your Majesty. Enjoy your crown and your emotes. You're playing this game on your PS controller on PC? No, I'm playing it on PlayStation 3. So, like, I don't think it would have fit very well into the Silent Hill canon. I think I probably would have had problems with the story, and how it relates to the Silent Hill, like, lore. That said, I think it would have been a terrific game on its own. I would have liked it more if it wasn't called Silent Hill, and if it was just its own thing. But I am very disappointed that we never got it.
Well, instead we got Norman Reedus and the Funky Fetus.
Oh my
We did.
fuck. The dialogue is so dull and
It's
is
not
only
like that was a
awkward for the wrong
prescient game or
reasons.
anything.
It's the opposite of Silent Hill 2 and Fatal Frame 2 and 3, which have such atmosphere and no character is really grounded in
The next
reality.
game that Hideo
A
Kojima
Western
makes,
developed Fatal Frame would
everything
revolve
must be
around a
fine and
generic
everything
white
must be
man with
wonderful
no
and everyone must be
personality.
happy.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I agree, Steve. Watson! 13 months. Goodness gracious. Thank you. I have played a little bit of World of Horror. I do own it. And I need to play much more of it. Watson, welcome back to the Court of Hearts, Your Majesty. Thank you so much. Heck. Also, Alex just walking around town with a knife? Like, put it in your pocket or something, dude. Very weird. It's the knife he picked up in the dream, right? What have you got there? A knife! No! Wait, we're in the fog. Oh my god, don't get me started. I'm about to find that Judge Holloway and do her a stabbery. It's nice to come home. Yeah, that is true. Okay, so I want to reiterate that my personal interpretation of Silent Hill is that everything happens in the real world and there's no alternate dimensions, and the ideas of things like Fog World or Other World are very, like, confusing and awful. And also don't make any sense.
Strange to be back here again.
Yeah, Lulu, I totally agree. And I liked Death Stranding quite a bit. So yeah, if you want to understand what happens in Silent Hill, it's actually not that complicated. It's actually pretty easy. Due to an incident involving a cult in the town of Silent Hill, like, through the use of psychic powers or the town's spiritual power, people's nightmares manifest in reality. That's it. There you go. That's pretty much an explanation for everything that happens in the Silent Hill games. Nightmares become real. Whose nightmares and how they're becoming real changes depending on the game, but other than that, you know, there you go. How do the aliens tie into this? Well, they go and blow up Silent Hill after Silent Hill 3, right? So, like... No, actually, there's light attacks will stun enemies. Heavy attacks and counters to stun them quickly. Hey, Mixie, how you doing?
Hello? Huh, that's strange.
These subtitles are very delayed. You know what I learned recently about Mexay is that they have a horse Sona, and their ref is great. Just fantastic. I don't see a lot of equines these days. I think these were my grandfather's candle holders. I always insisted on lighting them up when people came over for big dinners. That's an okay bit of dialogue there. There's some okay world building. It's fine. How's Silent Hill treating you? It's alright. You know what, though? The soundtrack of this game's real good. Ref is getting up there in years. Oh, yeah, I get that. More like Nay. Get it? It is still Yamaoka, yeah. And you know what? Yamaoka, fantastic. Fantastic with music. Just do not put him in charge of the direction or production of your game. Does not know how to lead a team, has no idea how to direct a project, but very, very, just fantastic with sound design. Just put him in charge of sound design. Gotta love a stable stream of equine. That's an old picture of Mom and Josh. What is up with Josh's face?
Josh is melting in his screen.
Basically, Rocky. They were like... Yamaoka just emailed them music that he made. Basically. It's taken years ago. I guess she likes to remember him as her baby. Her babby. Every day I gotta go, no worries, Marvelous. Love you. You have a great night, okay? It's a letter from Mom to Dad. She never sent me letters when I was in boot camp. My God, what's wrong with your fur? Adam, I know that you will soon return to me, but I miss you dearly, and writing to you always calms my nerves. Everything here is the same, but with you gone, the house is so empty. off. Glock.
Putting Akira Yamaoka in charge of a video game would be like getting CGI Studio Visual Works to make Advent Children into a video game instead of the movie we got.
Basically, they did that though. Yamaoka, I believe, was he the director or the producer on Silent Hill 3? And that one turned out okay because basically the team already knew what they were doing from working on Silent Hill 2. So they didn't really need him around, and he was mostly just like, yeah, I'm gonna make a bunch of music, and y'all let me know if you need anything. And everybody was like, okay. So... Oh yeah, there is a door opening animation, but if you double tap it, you just slam through it, which is much more fun.
You've got a periscope.
God. What's your problem?
Oh no, it's the flashbacks from Indigo Prophecy all over again. Shine that shit right in your eyes. Just look right down the flashlight. Ugh. Great. I mean, how do you know it's on if you don't shine it right in your fucking corneas? Oh.
Take it. If you get scared again, just turn it on. Okay?
Thanks, Alex.
Sure.
Yeah, the faces don't seem like they're meant to move in this game. So, like, the facial animations are weird. A photo of Dad and Josh fishing at the lake. Why am I never in any of these pictures? The plot thickens. Oh, I'm so ready to win the battle, you guys. I'm so ready to win that battle. I'm gonna join the fight. I'm gonna join the fight and win the battle. Yeah!
What is this, a Call of Duty game?
Right? Can we pick up the rocket launcher? I want to use the bazooka.
I love the Power Glove.
It's so bad. MGS2's animations look better than this, though. I would say, though, that Downpour's animations look pretty equivalent to this, though. I don't know. There was something special about it. Ooh, it's a Switch. SH3 looks way better than this, yeah. It's a map of our house. In the middle of our street, our house. Homefall versus Downcoming. Ready, fight. Welcome back, Pidge. How you doing? Also, jeez. You don't want to take care of that in your kid's room?
That's
Maybe
an OSHA well, not OSHA. I don't know what that is. It's a violation of something.
maybe throw a rug over it. Quick, what's another lyric outside the refrain of Our House in the Middle of Our Street? I don't actually know.
This is why
I'm
Japanese
not gonna pretend like
developers
I do.
are better at making games set in America than American devs ever could.
Make it over
Infinity
it. Build
Ward
a
and
tiny fence
Treyarch would
around
never
it.
make a Call of Duty like Metal Wolf Chaos.
Oh, yeah. Metal Wolf Chaos is very good. Oh, no worries, Pidge. Is Our House in the Middle of Our Street the one that has the lyrics, Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with? Is that the one? No. Is that the one that goes... There's a photo of me here. Where is it? Is it, I don't want no scrub. Scrub is a guy who can't get no love from me, hanging out the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. Is that the one? Yes, that's our house. Perfect. Okay, good. I got it. Oh no, it's the Goosebump slime. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Reader, beware. You're in for a scare. Our house. Ba with the ba, the bang a bang diggy diggy. That's the one.
Alex. What are you doing here?
See, they try to make every conversation like talking to Angela in Silent Hill 2, right?
But I'm alright now.
Like every character just talks like this.
You've been gone too long.
Like, realistically, shouldn't she be like, hey, Alex, why are you out of the hospital? You shouldn't be here.
Where's Josh?
That's a little weird.
I don't know. Your father went to look for him.
Look, hacks, wrinkles are expensive, okay?
Now he's gone. Everyone's gone.
God, that gun is huge!
Mom, what's going on here? What happened?
Wrinkles cost polygons. Polygon wrangling ain't cheap.
Mom.
I mean, theoretically, they could probably do it with an alpha channel, right? But, like,
I miss you.
somebody would need to know how to program that in Unreal 3, and that's just not feasible.
Look. I'll find him.
Oh yeah, this was pre-Heavy Rain, so wrinkles hadn't been invented yet.
I just have a feeling he's in trouble. Don't worry about it. I'll find Joshua.
Awesome. Awesome. It's a 44 Magnum, why do you need that? Give me that bump mapping.
Dresses.
Aw, Snatch is so good. I need to rewatch Snatch. I like Dex.
Basement.
I'm gonna go look
Basement.
around. You just stay here.
Remember the part when he's like, oh god, I know what I need to do. Okay, I'm gonna get a screenshot. I'm just gonna keep doing this because it looks janky. It's great. It's perfect. Remember the part when Alex Shepard gets back to town and he starts talking to his mom and she goes, Alex, it's so good to see you during your Silent Hill homecoming. Okay, this is actually an interesting programming thing right here. So what's happening here is that, like, on every frame or two of the game, it's checking for Alex's collision inside of the hitbox and then pushing him out of it, right? So it's like teleporting him out of the hitbox here instead of preventing him from going into it, right? This is very similar to the, like, how the collision checks work in, like, Mario 64, where, if your collision is inside of another hitbox, it just pushes you out of it rather than, yeah, she's not solid, you're just being bumped out each tick. Right. Now, what's important about that is that the speed run for this involves playing on the PC version, which runs at 60 frames a second, which does some weird things to this collision, and also uses the fact that when you aim your gun, it actually moves Alex forward very slightly as part of the aiming animation, which allows you to tap the button to aim quickly and clip right the hell through a wall, or floor, or whatever, and is a big part of the speedrun for this game, which I recommend watching if you have the chance. The speedrun for this game is fantastic. Got a lot of out-of-bounds clips. There's a couple clips that get you right on top of some walls you're not supposed to be able to get through. You just pop right through doors and fences. It's great. It's about 30 or 40 minutes long. Would recommend. Oh, it's some PS3 ass water. BLJ in Silent Hill. Yeah, basically. Doesn't Downpour have an endless staircase? BLJ's would help a lot there. Oh no, Fritz. Oh no, Fritz. Oh no, Fritz. It's weird that they need a cutscene to introduce every single creature in this game. I dislike it. Like, that would have been much more interesting if that thing had jumped out at us while we're working our way through the basement, right? Because, like, that wasn't scary. That was just like, oh, there's a monster. Like, yeah, good. Okay, good. I'll turn the radio volume way down. Sound effects off, I guess. Okay. Yeah. Alright, I guess we're BFXing now. Bleh. Bleh. It's a squishy basement. The other thing that this game does that could be kind of interesting is that, there we go. Yeah, pump won't work without gas. Okay. It's cinematic! Exactly. Yeah, Dunk, pretty much. What this game does, one of the things this game does is it shows you damage to enemies, because enemies get like scratches or gashes on them that are all bloody and everything. But with the low textures that this game has, it kind of looks a little more like you're just drawing on them with crayons. So it's an interesting idea that doesn't really pan out very well. I don't know. The damage effect is fine, but I feel like their reach was a little further than their grasp, if you know what I mean. Yeah, Dead Space is real good. You know what, though? That's the thing about Dead Space as well, is that personally, I think Dead Space would have worked better if it had maybe 10 completely unique enemies instead of like 15 enemies that repeat all the time. Like, once you know the enemy types, they're less scary. Whereas if you had like what Alien Isolation does with the alien.
Oh, why are you doing that? He's just trying to do yoga. Great cobra pose.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it kind of looks like you're just drawing on him, but like, you know. Or like a monster on there. A little bit.
I don't like that.
It's alright. I mean, it's just a human with like a vagina face and like claws.
I was gonna say, and Resident Evil tall lady claw hands.
Yeah, basically.
Step on me, mommy.
I'm a bigger fan of the like less humanoid enemies in these games, but that one's not terrible.
I think this is a different sliding scale of terror between you and I, because I'm really bothered by stuff like the lying bodies. So
lying bodies are not... I would not describe those as humanoid. They're human-shaped, but like...
Well, so is that thing!
Well, yeah, but this is just like a person dressed up as a monster. Like, they just wrapped up their feet and they wore some claws, right?
I mean,
and a mask.
Like, the lying bodies are basically just like... This is clearly a humanoid torso stuck in an amniotic sac. Just doing a wiggle dance at you in the worst way humanly possible.
they have such inhuman movement that, like, they
That's
wind up
true.
being much more scary and
That's
less
true.
human. These things are just, like, they don't do anything that a person couldn't do, you know?
That's very true. Yeah, no, these things thus far have not demonstrated any of that awful, like,
Bloop.
slide around on their face energy.
Right. Oh, no!
The way the face rips open, though, I'm not a fan.
Thum, thum. Thum, thum. Bleh.
Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah. Press quarter circle forward punch to do a Hadouken. Alex Shepard is down, right? Fierce. Oh, thank you. It's just an Among Us task that you're doing right now. Yeah, based more or less, yeah. Oh god, okay. Re-equip this so I could pry it. Doesn't this game have an enemy that straight up just rips off the lying figure? Yes it does. It's called the Smoker, because it smokes, and smoking is bad for you. Ooh. You're not wrong, Tallulah. Smokers, also the name of the bad guys in Waterworld, one of my favorite films. Bleh. Is running animation faster than your actual speed? I know what you mean, and a little bit, yeah. Right, then we use the empty gas can. Which is weird. Right? Because, like... Okay. Does it weird anybody else out that we only need one item to do this? Not that I want to do a fetch quest and grab a bunch of extra items, but, like, I feel like what we need here is a can and a hose, right? It's very weird that you solve this puzzle just using the can. Now I know what I'm watching tonight. Any more Deacon in my life? Deacon's got the best quote ever, and it's, "Don't just stand there, kill something!" I fucking love it. Yeah, right? It's weird, right? Is it? But it's not like a verisimilitude thing, right? Like, it's not like, oh, this is unrealistic because I feel like it should need a hose. But, like, this is like, in video games, you need a hose and a can in order to siphon gas, right? Like, that's not just me. Was there a puzzle in, like, a Resident Evil that required that? Like, you needed to combine a can and a hose and then use them on a gas tank somewhere? Or, like, in another Silent Hill game? I don't remember. Combining items puzzle? Right. I feel like there's games that have done that before, and it's weird in this one. It's just weird. Malamet? That would make sense. God, I love games with physics in them. Ugh. Why do they let you climb that ladder if it goes nowhere? I don't know. I actually don't know. I think this game has,
A spoder?
a big spider crawling next to my army toys in the park.
That's a house spider.
Yeah.
Like, just a sweet little house spoder.
Mhm.
It does not deserve this.
This is actually foreshadowing for the final boss of the game,
Or
which
we
is
got
just a
these
giant
little spiders.
spider. Not really.
Spiders need a better fucking press agent.
That's true.
They are sweeties, and yet everyone is spooked of them.
Oh my god, I need to reread this. Okay. Paul Russell Douglas was executed for the murder of 8 children in and around Silent Hill and Shepherd's Glen areas, according to court records. He offered no resistance as he was arrested and strapped into the electric chair as officials, witnesses, and reporters watched. This execution is not going to stop anything, Douglas said. I've worked and waited for this day. All that's left is to rejoin my lord. After preparations were completed, Douglas received a sudden blast of electrical current, followed by 2 minutes stream that jolted him back in the chair. Medical officials pronounced him dead at 2:09 p.m. So, I got problems with this.
Can I do too? Question,
Yeah.
is the problem you're having the fact that it sounds like there wasn't a trial?
No, actually.
Like, I
it's
figure-
it's a narrative thing. But go on.
I was just gonna say that, like, I figure maybe they just forgot or whatnot, but just the way that was phrased sounds like they went from, like, they caught him killing someone and just immediately yeeted him into the electric chair.
Yeah.
Which, no, for a variety of reasons.
Correct.
But yeah, that's what I've got to say about it. Continue.
So this is just trying to be a newspaper article from Silent Hill 2, which describes a guy who killed Walter Sullivan, who killed 10 people, and then killed himself with a spoon in his, like, cut out his trachea with a spoon in his prison cell. And there's a newspaper article that describes, like, his trial in Silent Hill 2 before you get into the apartment buildings. And he describes being pursued by a thing called a red devil or whatever, right? Okay. So there's some people who are like, oh, that means he could see the red god from Silent Hill 3, or, ooh, that means he could see Pyramid Head. And that's not true. And in Silent Hill 4, they retcon that to say that the red devil is like an assassin that the cult had or whatever, which is also dumb. But the reason that article exists in Silent Hill 2 is to go, hey, maybe your character is a criminal or a murderer. Like, we're putting that idea in your head that there's, like, criminals being punished for their sins or whatever, right? But also that we're setting up that there is a red devil or a red monster that's going to show up here in a minute. And it does. It's foreshadowing to when Pyramid Head shows up in like 10, 15 minutes, right? Because it's right outside the apartment building where you meet him for the first time. It's really good foreshadowing. And that's what the article is there to do. It's there to be like information for the audience to have that foreshadowing and be expecting something sinister to show up, right? It puts you in that mindset. So once you see the red thing, the red pyramid thing, it's like, oh no. What if this is a thing that pursues murderers? And it is. It's pursuing James, right? So it's like, it's giving us information. It's like thematically relevant stuff right here, right? We've been reading a lot about this guy was killed with in an electric chair with electricity. We've found like 3 or 4 articles about electroshock therapy. There's a lot of electric stuff that we've seen foreshadowed so far in the game, and that doesn't go anywhere. Nothing in this game has to do with like electricity or electroshock therapies or anything like that. Aside from the fact that Alex here was in like a mental hospital. And given that this takes place in like, I'm assuming close to current day or whatever, they don't use that anymore. But like, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know what that article is doing. It's there to be a reference to Silent Hill 2's article, but it doesn't understand why the article in Silent Hill 2 is there, right? Maybe they're referencing the electricity theme in Twin Peaks. Oh god. You probably mean that as a joke, but that might not be wrong. That article doesn't have plot relevance for this game? No. No, none in the least. No. Yeah, Dragon, exactly. It could definitely be a Twin Peaks reference. There have been Twin Peaks references in the Silent Hill games before, so that's certainly possible. Or a reference to Red Hot Chili Peppers from JoJo. Yes. yeah. Is that a fucking JoJo reference?
Hey, what?
Is Silent Hill a JoJo reference?
One fuck of one, let me tell you. Just Dio busts out of this fucking clock here.
Well, you know what? To be fair, Heather in Silent Hill Revelation 3D does have Pyramid Head as her fucking stand. So, yeah, alright. You know what, Johnny? Maybe there wasn't. I'm not sure. I don't remember. It's been a while since I watched Twin Peaks. Oh, can we get through this thing? Is that a thing we can do? Yeah, we can. All right, there we go. Kind of there in Firewalk with me. Oh, look. Here's another reference to Silent Hill 2. Remember in Silent Hill 2 when you go into that room and there's like a doll, like a mannequin, wearing Mary's clothes and a flashlight. And when you walk into the room, the camera is set like really low, so you can only see like your character in the light. And as you walk forward, you see the silhouette of Mary's clothes. And you don't realize until you like walk close enough for the camera to turn around that it's actually a mannequin and not a person standing there. And it's like, it's such an evocative and like chilling scene in that game. It's so good. And then this game is like, hey, what if we put a mannequin in the middle of the room? It's just like Silent Hill 2. It's just like it. Creak. Chop. It's just John Locke from Lost. Look at him.
John Locke, if he like gained a few pounds, what happened to his jaw?
I don't ever want to see you here again. Are we did turning the sound effects off also turn off the dialogue? Oh, you're fine, Kamsai. Alright, I'm gonna turn those back on then, I guess. Look, dialogue volume's full. God, does sound effect volume also mean cutscene volume? Or what? Oh, look, and you can just knock it over. Great. That's good. That's great. These are all terrible jump scares. I've seen Game Jam scarier than that. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god, no splash. Oh, you know why? Because Thubin, they wouldn't be able to, like, it would be a programming nightmare for them to include a trigger on the mannequin that checks for when it contacts the water surface, because the water surface changes after you do this puzzle. Oh, I did, boo-boo. Yeah, it should be on now. Like, they could have and should have done it. What they should have done is include a trigger that checks for any object collision on the water surface, but like, no, they'd have to do it individually because they'd have to turn it off afterwards. You wouldn't want it like constantly. I don't know how I'd go about programming something like that. Okay, so the reason we had to. The reason that we had to empty the water in the basement is so that we could see that this door had a latch down there.
Really?
Yes. It's not like a water pressure thing. It's like we just needed to see that it was there. And we couldn't see it through the water. Obviously.
Okay.
Good puzzle. It's really murky, yeah. Like real murky. Oh, hey Titleist, how's it going? Is... When do you speak other languages? Nope, sadly, I do not. Oh yeah, just gonna pump that water into the neighbor's yard, it's fine. Hey, where's the dog? Titleist, I only speak 2 languages, English and bad English. Oh, and bottom. Blim. I think this is actually a reference to Silent Hill 1's doghouse, where they're a doghouse, but there's no dog around. Which is a pretty good part of that game. Like, I actually really like that. It's actually one of the best parts of this game, too, because they're setting up the idea that, like, when you walk out of here, of course you're going to see this empty doghouse, right? But then there's a sound effect coming up in just a minute. Over here. Maybe over here. You hear it? No, it's a little quiet. But like there's a running and like a little growling. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. Oh, look at all of this dead people under the ground. Clever? A little bit. It's a good spook where you show someone something that should have something in it. Like, you're implying that there should be a dog around here because there's an empty doghouse, and then giving us, like, a growling or barking in the background, and you're like, oh no, where is the dog? Because that could be a dangerous thing that's out there. So that's, you know, it's very, very basic tension building, but it's alright. It's fine. It's good. Oh yeah, Bon. I love that one. It's alright. Mm-hmm. Please do look forward to every door being open that way. Adam, don't forget to ask Curtis about the engine. The engine. I did finish Kingdom Hearts Dark Lives, yes. So no more of that. Ever again. I heard that, Curtis. This is Mom's sewing machine. She used it to mend our clothes. Sometimes she spent all day mending clothes or making things for other ladies around town. Oh, Rocky, I haven't. I should. I really should. We're pretty close to the end of Snatcher, too. It's gonna be another... Oh, what's in the fridge? Milk. And dirty water. And a health kit. Good. Fallout style dirty water. And no chalky milk! Poor Jasper is gonna be without his chalky milk. Alright, we're gonna listen to this cassette tape, and it's the most ridiculous shit. So dumb. I love it.
Josh! What are you doing? Relax, Dad. We're just making a radio show. Alex, go downstairs. Why? Just do it. Fine.
Am I in trouble?
No, of course not.
Why are you yelling?
I'm not yelling at you. Listen to me, Josh. Don't you think this is a little too silly for you? Do you want up like Alex? Playing all this make-believe?
I don't know.
Alright, from now on, just let Alex play with his own friends, okay? And if you need a friend, you come talk to me. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Josh, your brother's a piece of shit. Stop playing with him. You cut it out. Cut it out. You never play with your brother. Ever. God help you if you engage in a healthy, imaginative play as a child. God help you. Well, that was yikes. Not in the way you might be thinking, Wiccan. What it's alluding to is that Josh's parents don't want him getting attached to Alex because as part of the secret town cult or whatever, every family has to sacrifice one of their children, and they chose Alex. So they don't want Josh getting too attached to him because they're going to murder him. Because they hate Alex, yeah. So I'm just getting that out of the way. That's like, you know, spoilers, but like, it's not like a child abuse thing. It's like, it's way dumber. Oh yeah. No, nothing like that. It's just child sacrifice. That's all. This is Josh's backpack. There's a photo inside. Oh. That's a dog. Child sacrifice, not abuse. Right. Yeah. Her least favorite son. Swarm, sometime hover in front of you before attacking. It's so weird that they give the enemies, like, names during the loading screens. It's just bizarre. Also, what is... I understand when Silent Hill has these big gaping chasms, because it's like...
Yes, because every good kid should only ever talk to their parents and not have an identity outside of their family's religious belief.
Oh, of course. Not child blood sacrifice. Right, exactly. Me and my homies hate Alex. Fuck Alex. Okay, when Silent Hill has these in Silent Hill 1, right? It makes sense if we're going off of the idea that the town is being changed by Alessa's psychic powers, right? So Alessa's nightmares are manifesting themselves in reality. As soon as you start up Silent Hill 1, Cheryl has already remerged with Alessa, and she's got her psychic powers back. So the town is already being affected by the nightmare as soon as you start up that game, right? One of the things about that is that Alessa has never left the town of Silent Hill. So the edges of the town are actually the edges of her own experience. She doesn't know what's out there, therefore there is nothing out there, because the town is being changed to fit her memories and experiences, right? That's when it makes sense. In Silent Hill 2, it also makes sense because it's the town manifesting ways to stop James from leaving because it doesn't want him to go, or James doesn't want to go. Where the fuck this chasm came from? That's a great question, Phoenix. Because we're not in Silent Hill? And the nightmare's not here? So where are these monsters and chasms coming from? Fuck if I know. Like, if somebody has an explanation, I'd be excited to hear it. Comes from shut up! Yeah. It's locked. There's a light coming from the other side. Didn't we just pry open a chain link fence with the pipe? To get that gas, right? Why would you include the same type of fence with a different solution? This seems counterintuitive to game design. Wouldn't you want this one to look different? And you could be like, no, it's too powerful to be pried open like the other one was. Right? whatever. It's fine. Oh, here. Now you can hear the dog in the background? That's good. That's fine. This is where the bereaved would sit. That's such a weird thing to think. You know, in Silent Hill 3, when Heather says stuff like, oh god, there's moments where Heather's like, there's no way I'm looking inside there or whatever. Like, you get little bits of what Heather's personality is as like a teenager because of the flavor text you get, right? What is this saying about Alex? Like, what is Alex thinking? I love it. No, I haven't done Shatmem yet. I believe that's after this one, but I'm waiting for my PlayStation 2 to arrive so I can do that. Dunkachino, don't you even joke. Oh my god. This is the bench Keanu Reeves sits on to eat sandwiches. Oliver Hall. We laughed at him because he was different. He laughed at us because we were all the same. We will never laugh the same again. At least that's what it was on his t-shirt. Oh god, I want my mausoleum to have that like rabbit holding his nose that it says like boys are stinky or whatever. That's what I want on my grave. Oh god, this is amazing. Oh, I dropped my controller. Oh. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Please. Game. Hello. Go on. There we are. Oh no. Oh, my controller's freaking out. Yeah, just have like Hot Topic t-shirt text on my grave. That's what I want. I want my grave to say, no, I got it. Okay. When I die, on my tomb, I want the epitaph engraved to be, I want it to be, I'm close to leveling up and you look like just enough XP. I want that one. That's a good one, right? Top text. Sample text. Oh, that's good. That's good. Bottom text. Oh, thank you, Duder. Heck. Bottom text. Alright, for some reason my controller keeps pressing the circle button without me doing anything, so that's weird, but I'm sure he'll be fine. He's a good man. One of which reads, "Why aren't you pressing F?" Or like your gravestone that just says, oh my god, what's another good, like, gamer shirt? Count yourself lucky, I paused my game to be here. Pulls res. Oh my god, I'm not gonna read this bad poetry, but okay. I'm gonna read some to say soap operas suck, British comedies suck, heterosexuality sucks. Huh? No, I will not fix your computer. Dreamcast for life? Oh, no. What if it was just the Dreamcast logo and then below it, it says, "It's thinking." Love is eternal and can never be leashed. Now, I would like to disagree with this statement. Love can indeed be leashed, and in my experience, often is. Won't be able to ask you anything now, right, asshole?
What's that guy doing?
Guy? What's with that guy? A beautiful Seaman statue guarding your crypt. Aw, yeah. The uwu text. Oh no. Oh no, Dunkachino, even worse. I saw an article, gosh, maybe a year ago, where it was like, your loved one's ashes can be pressed into a vinyl record. And I'm just thinking, like, everybody's at the wake, everybody's at my funeral, and they, like, you know, solemnly put the record pressed with my ashes onto the player, move the needle onto it, and it's just like, wow, our X3 nuzzles pounces on you. Ooh, you're so warm. God, these sound effects. Alright. Play Grandpa one more time. Perfect. I would pay to hear you sing that entire song. What a coincidence! I have a way for you to do that. Donate 621 bits, and I absolutely will. You're in luck. That is a thing we do here. Where am I going? Oh, no worries, Void Wedge. Oh, heck. From beyond the grave. 100 biddies.
100 biddies.
100 biddies. Casey, I love you. Welcome in. The dog isn't in the doghouse now. Destroyed him. What a tool. Oh, how are you, Casey? The gate to the Bartlett family mausoleum is locked. Escape from the City is a classic. City Escape is so good. Play a little side content in Neo. Oh, I wish that game had crossplay. I want to play together. I just started New Game Plus 5, the last one. It's real good. Oh god, I love that game. Lamented by those that knew him best. I don't recognize this name. Perfect epitaph text? Oh no. Former video game, reseller, job positions, high stakes against Wall Street hedge fund, your opinions and thoughts on it? Hedge funds can die in a fire, money is fake, Wall Street's a scam, burn it all to the ground. It doesn't help GameStop nor their employees, but, you know. I love to see these fucking billionaires losing. Oh no.
Right.
X3 nozzles pounces on you. Ooh, you're so warm. couldn't help but notice hair bulge from across the floor. Nuzzles your necky wecky, tilt on Matilda hee hee. Unzip your baggy ass pantsu, baby, you're so musky. Take me home, pet me, and make me yours. And don't forget to stuff me, see me, wag my little baby tail off for your bulgy, kisses and lickies your neck. I hope daddy likes these nuzzles and wuzzles his chest. I be getting thirsty. There you go. You did it. You did it. Jeez Louise. Put my corpse in a monkey ball and roll me into the sea while on fire like a monkey Viking funeral. This is amazing. I love that. Oh yeah, very good. Thank you, Duder. Appreciate your bets. Thank you. Huh. I need to get a drink soon. Get a little dry. Help drink. I open gates when you can really painfully bang your knees against. Ah, it's perfect. Oh, wicked. Okay, I will. I gotta go get one. I've died of a dory bowl. Oh, there we go.
GameStop CEO George Sherman only wants to murder his employees by getting them infected with the
100%.
coronavirus.
Yes.
Billionaires' idea of a good economy is corpses lying around in the streets like it's the Black Death. I'm not joking.
Correct. Yeah, fuck them. Yeah, GameStop, unfortunately, I feel like it has, it is an alright business model. Like, it's new and used game, like, its pre-owned game sales work out pretty well. It's just a problem with management that's run that company completely into the ground, and at this point, there's no saving it. So, like, the stock prices don't really affect much because that company's 100% going under because, like, management doesn't know what to do with it. And they keep getting new CEOs or presidents, who, few of whom have experience with running a business, and a lot of whom have experience dismantling and selling them off. So I feel like that's the direction that the shareholders are going, is they just want to dismantle the company for parts and cannibalize it. So, you know. It's really unfortunate, because I like GameStop as a concept. I like purchasing pre-owned games. I like having physical games. It's just the... Benui? Benui?
Bun how in the mother loving.
Yes.
Ding dang. Gosh blessed holy hecking HE hockey sticks. Do you possibly have any social energy after last night?
Games that look over good retro shops. This is the red Conquers and blue Sculptors cut. Both games that never existed. No. I don't. But yeah, there was a failure of management, especially on the retro front, primarily because they didn't train the employees to be able to recognize any retro games or repro cartridges or anything like that. They just kind of said, yeah, take them in. We'll sell them. So like, did a terrible job with that, among other things. And yeah, they were incredibly predatory, especially back in like 2005 or so. They started buying up a lot of locations next to like Game Crazies and things. Absolutely awful. Oh, Zal, that clip of him crying was actually from I think 2016. And he was crying over Elizabeth Warren possibly getting the Democratic nomination. But yes, agree.
I exhausted my entire replacement swear word vocabulary for that message. 10 bits well spent.
Oh my gosh. Oh, Athalia. It's so good. It's worse somehow. Yeah. Yeah. Like, oh my god, not a 5% tax. Oh no. Gotta go on TV and cry about it. Oh yeah, Wuset, I get that. And the employees are very good. Like, most of the GameStop employees, like, are awesome. Although they do have a tendency to chase out some of their best talent.
You being on that list.
Me being on that list. Like, hey, if they paid me well and, like, gave me hours, I might still be there. But yeah, the management is absolutely awful. Most of the good ones left this year. Yeah. That's gonna be the case.
The local GameStop I go to in Letterkenny shut down in the middle of the summer last year, and I couldn't find any information on why. The store itself had a cheap, disingenuous atmosphere with mainstream geek crap like Minecraft, Rick and Morty and Funko Pop. There was a post going around that supposedly had rich investor onlookers looking down from a balcony at Occupy Wall Street protesters, taking pictures, drinking champagne, and laughing.
Steve, where did you say your local GameStop was? Oh yeah, for sure, Duder. You know what the weird thing about that is too? So I can understand why. A lot of the game guides wind up doing a thing called pennying out, where like GameStop just eats the losses for them, because GameStop has to purchase a certain number of them whenever they purchase them. So they can't control the quantity, because Brady Games is like, we'll sell it to you, but only in quantities of 100,000 or whatever, right? So usually we wound up with more of them than we were ever going to sell. So eventually they just eat their losses, penny them out, and throw them away, because we have to make room for them. We can't have all this stuff in the stores all the time, right? But GameStop wants the opportunity to sell all of them. So they don't want people not selling them and waiting for them to penny out, which happened from time to time. Is like a bad manager or employee would hide one of the guides in the back room and not sell it and wait for it to penny out and then just take it home, right? So eventually, in order to crack down on that type of internal theft, what they had to do was go, no, once they penny out, they have to be destroyed and then thrown away. And it's kind of bullshit, but also, yeah, I get it. It's fucking moronic. A little bit, yeah. It's petty. It's a little bit, but like... Give me a sec. I'll be right back. I'm going on break for just a sec. I gotta get a new drink.
Letterkenny, which is in County Donegal, in the Republic of Ireland. I am a Donegal man. Up Donegal. Fuck Dublin. Those smug Gosbites won the Sam Wire 6 times in a row.
everybody, I'm back. How's it going, y'all? Duder, thank you so much for subscribing. Holy heck. Welcome to the Court of Hearts, Your Majesty. Please enjoy your crown and your emotes. Steve, that's fantastic. One of Ian's favorite shows is called Letterkenny, which I think takes place in Canada, though. Hello, Burger Deluxe. It's nice to see you. Goodness. And Tragedy, I'll post it in Discord later. I think I posted a link to the artist who did it in my About page. They're called Small Sandwich. They're very good. They also do very cheap commissions, so if you want to get your own like dancing one, you can do it.
It is Lucky Pun Bun.
Oh, heck. HECC. What the heck? So yeah, I worked at GameStop for 13, 14 years. On and off, but mostly consistently. So like I can answer most questions about that place.
Bun. Did you eat that small sandwich? You monster.
Never. Big ol' hearts. Thank you. Heck. Did I forget to pick up the stone plate from earlier? Like what? HECC.
Don't know about this Canadian show Letterkenny, but there is an Irish comedy show set in mid-90s Derry called Derry Girls.
Interesting. I don't think I could ever work retail. People aren't worth it. It's tough. I started in 2006, precisely.
What is with the sandwich of Smalls?
Small Sandwich is the artist that did the dancing of Banui for my break screen. Retail did, although I don't know. I think it taught me a lot. Like doing retail and retail management taught me a lot about how to do my streaming thing, right? Like I feel like there were a lot of skills that I picked up that came in really handy when I decided to do this. If that makes sense. It's definitely not the same thing, but like... Dairy Queen. Perfect. Dire, you did it. It was also soul devouring, yes, 100%. I graduated high school in, I think 2005 or so. Something like that.
Retail also teaches you to be very, very kind to retail workers. Or it
yes. Should. It definitely should. I don't know if it always does, but it definitely should. Oh gosh, Duder. Well, I hope that's been fulfilling.
I work retail, and it has its moments. Like there was a guy who came in today that wanted to sell us some albums. He walks in and tells me I have a whale of a deal for you. And I had to bite my tongue to not call back to our buyer and say I have a customer with a whale of a deal for you.
That's kind of cute. I got a friend who did military service as well, and then started streaming afterwards. And is like one of my favorite streamers.
I can't even get a retail job at 30. The local SuperValues manager has my CV and says January is a quiet month. I feel I'm Robert De Niro and the manager is Jerry Lewis in The King of Comedy. I think I'm losing my mind.
Aw, Duder, that's adorable. I'm so sorry, Steve. Oh gosh. Yeah, working retail right now, probably a bad idea. I totally forgot to pick up the thing. GameStop back then survived the financial economic crash in 2008? Yes, actually, pretty well too. Turns out, even during like the economic crash, people were still buying a lot of video games because people need to take their mind off stuff. Entertainment media is fairly crash-proof, depending. Oh, Dragon. I didn't used to say it before I started streaming. And now it's all the time. All the time. All time say heck. As is chocolate. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think someone mentioned... Dragon, was it you who mentioned earlier about the employees taking games home to try them? Because that is actually kind of an interesting subject.
I do have to say, despite the fact that the owner could yell at me for anything real or imagined, but he will back me the hell up when I tell customers to put on their masks. He'll just use more harsh, colorful language.
Oh, thank goodness. Thalian, this sounds good. So, Dragon, what's going on with that is that, so GameStop Corporate currently doesn't, but used to, up until like 3 months ago maybe, required one of each copy of every game to be gutted. What this means is we open up one new copy of the game, we take the disc out, we put it in an envelope, we put it in the drawer, we take the case, we put it out on the floor. That way, we've got one of every game that we have in stock out on the floor so that people can look at it, know we have it, and touch it.
Again because I used to get up at 6:30 in the morning to go to university, and I had people to talk to, and I can't really talk to my parents about much because they're old-fashioned and don't take the pandemic seriously enough.
I feel you, Steve. Gosh. It was one of the things that separates GameStop from something like Walmart, where all the games are behind glass cases or things like that, where somebody did a study for GameStop. Oh, there is Burger. Yeah, exclamation Discord in chat, and you'll get a link. So at some point somebody did a study, and GameStop read it, that was like, if one of your guests, if you put an object into your guest's hands, they're 20% more likely to buy that item. And it's like, okay, fuckers. Just stupid fucking, like, weird, like, oh god, I hate these things. There's so many of those types of things where they'll do a study that proves this thing, quote unquote proves, but it's so dumb. But anyway, as part of the business model is that they want to gut one copy of every game, right? So I have no problem with that. And yeah, we get a lot of arguments about that because people are like, why isn't my copy sealed? And it's like, well, I can shrink wrap it for you if you want. We took the disc out. I don't know what the problem is, but whatever. So there was a company-wide policy where employees could check those out.
The Council of Actuarials? Heresy.
Mm-hmm. If we had more than 3 copies of a new game, so there's at least 2 sealed copies and a gut. I do get that Wooset, but at the same time, I'm going to open up every copy of any game I own anyway, so it's fine. So, if you've got more than 3 copies of a game, new or pre-owned, you can check that game out for up to 3 days. Take it home, play it, try it, bring it back. That was one of our only employee benefits. We got that instead of healthcare. The benefit of that is that then your employees are selling you things that they've played before, in theory. But the downside to that, of course, is that, you know, one of those copies could be taken home by an employee. That's a weird shadow.
Behavioral science is strange and slightly clever because people are strange and slightly dumb.
That's true. So yeah, that was the thing. That said, most stores,
Healthcare,
meaning
poppycock, 3-day game rentals. That's what the employees want. That and pizza parties.
pizza parties, that'll get them motivated. Not increased wages. Pizza parties. I can't believe they expect minimum wage employees to be using sales tactics. What ridiculous nonsense. Like, train your employees and then pay them for the work you want them to do. Minimum wage means minimum effort, asshole. I'm basically a glorified cashier if you're paying me $7.25 an hour. But anyway, most stores, meaning every store I ever worked at, which was, I think, 12 different stores, would not let you check out new games. Only pre-owned games were allowed to go home with employees. That said, company policy was that new games could be taken home as well. But at a store level, that was rarely the case.
Oh, damn it!
You always were, Klutz. You okay?
Alex? Oh my god, Alex!
Oh my god, Alex.
Hey, your mom told me I might see you around here.
Oh my god, it's so good to see you. It feels like it's been forever.
Is it good to see him?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
You alone out here?
How about
Hey, you know,
little
I
Disney figure?
figured I'd
Ah,
see you
perfect.
again.
Amazing. Wonderful.
Took off without saying goodbye.
Ah, goodness.
Yeah, well, I'm not here for long. I'm looking for my brother. You seen him?
No, I haven't, Alex. I'm sorry.
They're not the best, Johnny.
Jesus, what the hell is going on here?
I don't know. And every day there are more flyers to put up. Every day more people disappear.
I had no idea.
And if you did, would you have done anything about it?
Wait, Bandito, there's games on a PS2
Would've come
hard
back for
drive?
Josh, gotten him the hell out of here.
What,
God
like
knows
Resident
what kind of
Evil
trouble he's in
Outbreak or
now.
Final Fantasy XI?
Look around you, Alex. This whole place is in trouble.
I know. I get it.
Didn't you murder him and then get sent off to an asylum?
It's my responsibility.
Isn't that what happened?
After that, I'm gone. I suggest you do the same.
Alex, wait.
Yeah.
It's so good to see you. How did the asylum treat you? Pretty bad, sick back. They made me star in
I remember
Sharknado.
standing out in the biting cold with high winds during a fire alarm at work. I was wearing jeans and a polo shirt. I said heck with this and went to my car, pulled out my wool army surplus blanket and curled up.
Aww. Jeez. The radio. What's going on with that radio? Oh, not a radio. A walkie-talkie. Oh, the frame rate on this thing is great. Looks so good. Ice cream is a good choice, Johnny. I've actually got a vanilla shake right now. I'm enjoying it. God, I love when this game just chugs. Shakes are good. My computer better not be downloading anything right now. Let me see.
Sadly, it was before I met you, so I couldn't have any macro lucky buns to give me big, warm hugs.
Aww. Gosh. That's a shame. Hmm. Sharknado did eventually inspire the scene in Chainsaw Man, where Chainsaw Man rode a shark devil like a horse to fight a typhoon. I've never heard of this movie, but it sounds amazing. Where can we find your friend's channel name? Who was a former military veteran? I believe he was Army. I don't believe he did go overseas. I'm not 100% sure where he served. But that was, let me see, I believe Alley Cat, Tom 1. Let me see if that works. Oh gosh, why do I type things? It just makes my rig freak out. Oh, there we go. Damn, sure is misty out, right? Give me just a sec. Let me find him real quick. Yeah, that's the one. There we go. Feel free to go check out Alley Cat Tom. Tom's a good bean. What a delight. Tom is the first person who ever rated my channel when I had one viewer, which was me, on my phone. And he rated my channel with like 7 people. No, I'm just shouting him out. Yeah.
He's so good.
He's very good. Good old friend. My house in the middle of my street. This town is like 50% my house and cemetery. Right? Look at this cemetery. My house. And then here's everybody else's things, right? My house is bigger than Town Hall. And the police station. Perfect. It's got a huge ass house. When I was a little goth kid, I would have given anything to live right next to a cemetery at a spooky lake like that. Good choice, good choice. I think we're supposed to go back to my house, right? Maybe? It's circled. Oh wait, we can check objectives. Joshua isn't at home. Search the rest of the town.
You must admit, there are some small towns where City Hall is just like maybe a small house and the mayor is only mayor part-time.
That's true. You're not still a goth kid. Alright, here's the Bartlett Vineyards. Established 1897. Ooh, Homecoming? I actually really enjoy this game. I am, I think, maybe too kind to this game. I appreciate what it's trying to do. It doesn't always succeed. Got my maple and pecan cereal, soy milk, bag gummy baby sharks. Aw, yeah. Treat yourself, dragon. Violators will be shot. Survivors will be shot again. Jesus Christ.
That is such a... You would see things
Yeah.
like that for sale.
That, like, Spencer's Gifts,
Yeah.
right across from the Hot Topic, where they sold the t-shirts that said, they laugh at me because I'm different, I laugh at them because they're all the same, right? That's all the writing in this game, right?
I do have to say, though, I did see a good version of one of these, and it was a sign with a picture of a frog, and it said, "Hippity hoppity, get off my property."
Oh, that's cute.
I was like, that's adorable, and, like, isn't threatening violence.
Violators will be prostitute. Oh, yeah.
Or who remembers the signs that would say things like, "Unintended children will be given espresso and a puppy"? I mean, those are still pretty funny, but... Oh my god, honey, we should totally get signs one day when we have, like, a yard. We should get signs made up, except rather than rabbits, they'll have bunnies. It'll still be hippity-hoppity, get off my property. It's gonna be like Mrs. McGregor's garden. Except the only rabbit getting tied up is gonna be Bun.
I would also accept in place of the frog and that sign with Fuzzy Lumpkins with his shotgun with the same hippity hoppity, get off of my property.
I do love Fuzzy Lumpkins. I tried. I know the devs wanted to make something closer to the original Silent Hills, but kind of said, no, make it this way. Yeah. It's probably my most favorite of the post-good Silent Hill games. Like, I think this game is pretty bad, but I think it's not as bad as, like, Downpour. Or Shatmem. Just the cream rising to the top of the dumpster.
That's called scum.
Oh, right. What I'm saying is this game has layers. Like a landfill.
Hello? Can I ask you something?
Mistake. The technical term in archaeology is a midden heap.
Ah, of course.
Which just sounds that more archaic and gross.
Downpour with its ice magic? No. Downpour has, Shatmem has ice magic. Downpour has Disney magic. When the world turns into the other world by, like, sparkles. It's got fairy sparkles. Ugh. Looks like Silent Hill, some good feels at times. At times, yeah. These graphics didn't hold up very well.
Right?
I thought I saw your cultist instead of your Curtis.
Hey man, how's it going?
This is how conversations work. Oh yeah, I get you, K9. And I think I agree.
Maybe this'll interest you.
I know you. Sheriff's kid.
Alex.
Hey man, do you mind? I'm polishing my clock.
Military man now, I see.
I'm pretty sure it's broken. What do you think?
I think you must have stole this from your daddy.
His mouth doesn't move at all.
Just tell me if you can fix it.
I heard that, Curtis.
Are we ever gonna play that?
I played it. I didn't finish it, though.
I know Kingdom Hearts 3 makes retcons and changes on a whim, but there is a TV series that is continuity error incarnate, Charmed.
Pretty neglected.
I've not watched it. It sounds fun, though.
It's a damn shame the way people mistreat
After
such
Wintech went
nice
belly out.
things.
Oh, God.
Look, what I really need is some information. Have you seen my brother Joshua?
Downpour's monsters just look like they're out of the suffering.
Business.
Mayor Bartlett?
Hey, it's a cult single action army. The greatest handgun ever made. 6 shots. More than enough to kill anything that
Digging up
moves.
people's graves. You know, there's something seriously wrong with that guy. You know? Like in the head.
Oh, no, you're no kidding.
That's Mayor Bartlett.
Somebody who spends all day digging up graves, and he's like, there might be something wrong with that guy.
No wonder all the streets are broken.
No kidding.
Nobody around here gives a shit anymore.
What if there are 7 moving things? Then you're playing Pathologic, not Metal Gear.
Keep it. It's yours.
In which case, you're fucked.
Consider it payment for your help.
It's chambered for shotgun shells. That's a real gun. That exists. I think it's called a Thor. You can get it in Metal Gear Solid 4.
Thanks.
I think Ocelot uses it.
Yeah. I like a fair trade.
Well, got our handgun.
Hey, man, one more question. How about I take that shotgun off your hands?
Yeah? How about if I slap you and kill you, huh? You looking for a weapon? Take a look around the place. I'm sure you'll find something else you could use.
Yes, sir.
What was that line read? That sounded nothing like his voice from before.
You got a lot of clock parts in this place. There a
Taurus
reason?
Yeah, there's a reason.
That
For
sounds
fixing
right.
clocks. Haven't you noticed that every single clock in this town is stopped at exactly 2:06?
Oh, I thought he was going to say 420.
I hadn't.
But then take a look
That would've
around,
been nice.
son.
Have you ever tried fixing them?
Kid, I can fix just about anything you put in front of me. But I've never seen anything like this. There's no reason they're not working. It's like there's something causing it.
Dad.
What?
Well, that's what you're trying to figure. Now,
It's,
isn't it?
oh
Just trying to
god,
find my
it's
brother.
almost like time has stopped.
you might wanna
Oh, like
think
we're all
about opening your
trapped
eyes to
in a
everything else
moment,
that's going on around
unable
here.
to move on
might find
because the
who
clocks
you
are all
wanna
stopped
go.
at 2:06, which is the room number that he was in the hospital. Oh my god. It's like we can't move on. Okay, I get it. Alright. You ever played Limbo the Lost? I did, actually. I saved a full playthrough of it in my dumpster dive folder. I liked it quite a bit. It would be better if they just didn't have a character just blatantly bringing up the fact that all the clocks stop at the same time. Yeah, but like we don't actually see or interact with any clocks during the course of the game, so like that's the only way for them to bring it up. Because it's the only time it's ever relevant. You're refusing to process your trauma, and it's messing up the town. Shame on you.
There's a spider crawling across my wall, and I'm telling her she better get on her job. There's been some flies around here that need some chomping on.
Chop chop. Come on, lady. Not fiddling with clocks itself is weird, though, because clock puzzles are a classic. I think there is a clock puzzle, but it doesn't involve, like... You're not able to actually read the time on that clock. That's weird. It's just 420 divided by 2 minus 4. Coincidence? Let's ask Q. Q is too busy bothering Picard. Has not answered our calls, unfortunately. Degoran? That's a good monster. It's a good monster to hunt. I would recommend. Why just gross dog? I think it's supposed to be an homage to the skin dogs in
Other people
Silent Hill
would be
1,
dead when Big
but,
Monster
like,
Doggo comes in and bites through the back of your neck. Not our protagonist, though. He just stands right back up.
Sorry, Babuya, I still haven't. Maybe one day. Alright, well now we have gun. What does that allow us to do? Find Mayor Bartlett. He was digging graves in the cemetery. There we go. There are 4 lights! That's true, Hax. They do tend to be very rude. They just want to pounce on you.
Hello?
Give you huggy wuggies.
Alex Shepard.
Alex Shepard? I thought you were in
Hello? Hello?
Oh, look, it's another video introducing the next monster we're gonna see. Except at like 10 frames per second. Mm-hmm. Okay. I've never seen a monster that so clearly should explode if it gets near you. Yeah, fair. It's okay. I think a few too many of the monsters in this game wind up being looking like people in costumes. And this is definitely one of them where it looks a little more Dead Space than Silent Hill. It's okay, even if they're just trying to do lying bodies again. There are better ones. I'm a fan of the Sisms. I think they're fine. There's one really dumb monster design in this game, though. Like, real dumb. Is it the Siams? The Siams are the ones with, where it's just two people bondaged together, right? Those ones are super dumb. They're very similar to the two-backs from Origins. Which are just like, hey, it's sex. Isn't that scary? We made sex a monster. And it's like, well, I get it.
It wants to be Resident Evil 4, but it doesn't have the love and care or a sense of humor, making it more like a low-rent RE5, which came out after Homecoming. Who would Yin bondage you to double her fun? Fun?
But to her, of course. A little bit steep.
I tune back in and hear Bun say it's sex. Not surprised.
I aim to please. I would hate to disappoint my adoring public. You know what I'm not doing, though, is helping the image that bunnies have. Definitely not making a good name for us. Not trying to dispel any rumors here.
SAFETY safety. Kink. Begins to dance.
Safety kink.
You mean the image that bunnies are just foxes with handlebars?
I don't need to be called out like this. I don't need to be bullied on my stream. What if you don't do good, or you got weird parts, and everybody points and laughs at you for being wrong? That's not good. Down. That's a good question, Mikey.
You can kink if you want to. You could leave your friends behind. Because your friends shan't kink, but if they don't kink, then they're no friends of mine. The only bullying is the Ash and Alex lungs. You know where it's coming from.
Yes. We're not even in Silent Hill yet. It looks like a child's coffin. Some sort of strange lock keeping it closed. Fuck you, game. Okay. Stupid block pushing puzzle. No, Dunkin' Cheeto, no! Wait a minute, there's not a child in here.
It's just 3 skinks and a rain boot.
Now watch this.
Forgive me.
Question mark?
That's what was engraved on the back of the watch.
Oh.
Yeah. This camera angle's a weird one. This is a strange choice. Okay, so they're doing the thing from Silent Hill 3 where, like, Heather is in pain, but that's, like, more of, like, a labor pain thing because the nightmare is forcing its way out of her into the real world. And this is more just, like, this guy passes out, which is, like, it doesn't really make sense thematically. And, like, hey, Bundy, how you doing today? This is, the lurker's head is highly susceptible to heavy attacks. This is a running trend in the Western developed Silent Hill games. They do this a lot. It's in this game, it's in Downpour, it's all over Shattered Memories, although in Shattered Memories it kind of makes sense. But there's a weird thing here where your main character passes out and then teleports somewhere. And it's bad? And I don't like it? Oh, here we are. We're in Silent Hill now. Silent Hills 1 through 4 don't really do that. They kind of like the closest they get is like Silent Hill 4, which has you going into different places in Walter's nightmare every time you go through the hole. But like, it's still usually pretty consistent. And it's just like, oh, we need you to go to this place now, so our main character is going to pass out and go here. And it's all over the Western developed games. So the theme of this game seems to be dead kids. Want to guess what happened to Josh? The best friends are so right. And also, I'm so glad they got the, this is where the axe from Downpour wound up. Josh, why are you running, Josh? Oh, good. Warlock Corpse Fiesta, thank you so much for the follow. My fur and West. That's a pretty good.
Great name for that.
Right?
I feel like No Father Skeletons and Corpse Fiestas.
There was a really good name I heard on GDQ this year.
He's covering you in poo gas.
Yes. Which was Taco Belmont.
Yes.
It's amazing. Fun, did you ever play Evil Within 2? Yes, I did. And I enjoyed it a lot, actually. Taco Belmont? Yeah. It was really good. What a heckin' classic. I see you watched the Mr. Bones. Yeah, that's what it was on. Well, I had to, because Liz is so heckin' good. I love Liz so much. And last time I rated Liz Star, she hopped on Mr. Bones to do a practice run. So I had seen it before that run. And oh, it was so good. Did not disappoint in the least. I'm gonna Evil Within 2. The photographs were awesomely creepy. That's fair. I feel like Evil Within 2 capitalizes on the gameplay of the first game a lot better. Because, like, Evil Within 1 doesn't play very well, but feels like it's trying to play like Last of Us, if that makes sense. Because it's trying to have, like, that stealth gameplay and everything. And I think the open environments in Evil Within 2 worked a lot better for that. Because it feels like a... It's not as good as The Last of Us, but it feels close to it. And I feel like it played fine. Felt a lot like the main character was just done with all the creepy BS happening. Yes, that is the case. They don't have Just Cats in this game. It's annoying. I hate it. There's no Konami Burger either, which is highly unfortunate. It's supposed to be Silent Hill, and they don't even have a Konami Burger. They're just ruining the lore. Alright, I'm looking around for it. Because I know it's around here somewhere. And it's gonna piss me off.
I had a lot of fun with Evil Within, until I got to the dumb, timed boss fight where you had to fight the big dude and try to outrun/disable the steam pipes from boiling you alive.
Oh, yeah. There's a couple of those. There's another one where there's like a tank filling with liquid or whatever.
Ask me what it means! Ask me what it means! Ho, 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 ho.
Basically, Evil Within is basically just the Cell, but a video game.
You cannot kill what true that was never really living.
There we go. Is that where you're being attacked by clowns too? Maybe? I'm not sure. I don't remember. Story's all more coherent. I agree with that, yeah. There are aspects of the first one I really like, but I feel like the second one was just better.
Josh, wait!
Josh! Sometimes you're being attacked by clowns. Sometimes not. There we go. Got the maintenance key. Do 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 do. Stop! Don't come back, Josh. Wait. Josh, wait! Come back! I have an axe, like Jack Nicholson from The Shining. Here's Alex. No, Josh. Yeah. Okay, so my favorite thing about this game is that this puzzle doesn't stop time from passing, so we can stand here and just take damage and die.
Josh, wanna see my new axe and hockey mask?
Here goes our health. Oh, my favorite. No, wait. Switch weapon. Combat knife. There we go. Oh yeah, definitely canine. Like it was meant to be that way on purpose. Dead Space 1 is really good horror. Dead Space 1 is really good horror. It's better action, but it's great horror. Oh, you might be right, Dunks. I'm not sure. I haven't timed it out. Josh, did you want some brownies before you go to bed? Josh! There we go. Josh! Did they give you a visible health bar? Why did they do that? They did indeed. Why did they do that? Alright, where is the clue? Ah, here it is. Okay, so this is the clue to this puzzle. Did you know this was here? I bet you didn't. This is a puzzle that's very weird. This is a very weird puzzle. Can I explain why this puzzle's weird? So this is one of those puzzles where it tells you the number of connections you have correct. Oh, thank you, Snoodoodle. I hope you enjoyed your lurk. Thank you for the follow. There we go. Oh, so it's Mastermind? Kind of, yeah. Like, you test it and it tells you how many connections you have correct. And then you can, like, rewire them and then test it again. And it'll be like, nope, that's 0, so that one was correct. And just try this. That one's correct. Okay. How about that one? Oh, there we go. 2 correct. There we go. Alright. Alright, so you can do the puzzle that way. Oh, I'm sorry, Bryn. It's really bad electricianing. A little bit, yeah. Or you can examine this and it says, don't forget to take the big game 21. And then you're supposed to somehow figure out that what you're supposed to do here is make an X with these two, and then an X with these two, and then a 1 with this one, and then that's the answer. Which is, So yeah, that's how that puzzle works. I kind of get it. Yeah, what I don't get about it is why they put that note there, and also the mechanic where it tells you how many connections you have correct. Because you just needed one of those? You didn't need both. Like, what's the point of having...
I knew I should have gone to Evil Electrician's trade
the thing
school.
that tells you how many connections you got right. Right? Oh, of course, Dunkachino, you're totally right. Yeah. like it does make sense, but like you don't need 2 places where it tells you the answer to that. The clue is also bad. Also, Alex's roll sucks because it has no invulnerability, and it's not far enough to get him out of the range of these attacks. Dude, I just wired this setup like the big game! So.
You should look at the boy when you are not being shot at.
Yeah, definitely. When I'm not worried about messing with the face rig. So I'm gonna like try to move to the side, and it's like, nope, you didn't move far enough. It's like, what else do I do? Thing is, you need 2 sets of light, ones to say how many you got right and one to say how many are in the right place. No, they just need the one that says how many you've got right. Because you can only change the connections on the bottom row, not on the top.
Heather blew up the Order and destroyed all their chances to bring back God in Silent Hill 3. Whatever pieces Homecoming is trying to pick up is long gone.
Oh, they're not even members of the Order. Or, God, he made me say the Order. What I mean is the cult that exists in Silent Hill. They're not members of the cult. They're a new cult. They're different. They're the Shepherd's Glen cult. Oh, no, you're fine, right. Memorial service for Clayton Doyle. Okay. D'Argento is that what it said? Really? Wait a minute. Wait. D'Argento Cemetery. Well, thanks for coming to stream tonight. This has been fun.
Dario Argento?
There is an old war movie I saw where the one way that they could determine if the guy overboard in the water was an American, they asked him, if you're a real American, who won the World Series? And I am here, thinking, wow, they would have killed so many people like that if this was a modern thing.
Jeez. So what is this new cult trying to do? Make a new god? No. They all promised to do it. As far as I know, they were just like, no, we all promised to kill our kids. And you went back on your promise. Shame on you, shepherds.
Power thirst. Because when God hands you lemons, you find a new god.
A kill your kids cult. Right. They don't really talk about the return of God or anything like that in this game. That's not... I don't think that's really a thing. I think the kid killing thing is a sacrifice to a different deity who provides bounty and prosperity. Yeah, that sounds right. I think they were doing it for like a good luck kind of thing, or like a bountiful harvest or whatever. And it's like, it's very weird. Like, the cult of Silent Hill I understand because they're like, hey, we're about to bring about an everlasting paradise with no suffering ever again for the rest of human existence. And it's like, yeah, that's probably worth killing people over, sure. I get why you would think that. But this is just like, yeah, we kind of got rich, and it's because we killed kids for good luck. We should probably keep doing that. Then again, I mean, I guess that is what our economy runs off of, so... Works as... I guess I don't have to understand. It seemed unrealistic before COVID, right? Alright, now here's, backwards spider legs. Didn't they think suffering was joy? I don't think so. Unless that's a thing in this game. That may be a thing that the cult in this game has, and that I'm just not remembering. But I don't think so.
Speaking of cults, anyone finding things more than a little too on the nose with how things are right now and references to BioShock?
Remember when Dead Space had like an elevator fight? That was cool. Aww. No, it's definitely not a thing in Silent Hill 1, 2, or 3, or 4. Because like even in the old games, like 1, 2, 3, and 4, the nightmare is not the paradise that they're trying to bring about, right? In Silent Hill 3, they're like, we're going to bring about God's return and they'll bring about an everlasting paradise. The nightmare is not that paradise. 100% not. No. I should probably not use the term 100% not with this many furries in chat, but I'm going to assume that y'all are going to be mature and ignore that I said that thing that came out of my mouth. And nope, bunch of oohs. Okay. That's good too. That's fine. Love you all.
The thing that came out of your mouth. Is that a thing Neen would say?
Out of? Anyway, hey, let me find somebody to raid tonight. Or extra nuzzles pounces on you. Ooh, you're so warm. Couldn't help but notice your bolt from across the floor. Nuzzles your necky wecky till done till the heat. I'm just your baggy, I can't to baby you so musky. Take me home, pet me and make me yours. And don't forget to stuff me, see you wag my little baby tail. I'll pull your bulgy wonky kissies and lickies your neck. I hope daddy likies nuzzles and wuzzles his chest. I'd be getting thirsty. Thank you, Sunbunny. Exactly the note a bun stream should end on. Yeah, pretty much. Love y'all. Oh gosh. Oh, I know what we're gonna do tonight. I know what we're gonna do. I know exactly what we're gonna do. Heck.
Gotta find the person who ordered all these garlic nuts.
Oh my god. Alright, y'all. Thank you so much for hanging out today.
What you're gonna
it was
do
a
is
delight
get
to see
yourself
you.
some heckin' sleep.
I'm gonna get myself some heckin' sleep. Please feel free to copy paste that raid message if you like. Send my love over to Screamin' Doggo, who is a fantastic bean. You're gonna love her. And if you follow, she'll do you an awoo. Would recommend. It is a very personalized awoo. And she's playing Soma tonight, which is also a fantastic horror game. Really good horror game. Would recommend. So please enjoy. Have a wonderful night. And I hope to see you soon. Next week should be normal schedule. So Bad Games on Tuesday. On Thursday, maybe we'll start up Demon Souls or play Monkey Island 2. I haven't decided yet. I think Demon Souls is the popular one. Maybe I'll put up a poll on Discord or something. And Friday we'll continue this. But have a good night, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye.